You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morning, good night, goodbye, hello, depending where you are in the world. Welcome along. It's match day. We're back for another match. Let me just do that because I've been rearranging my studio. Never a good thing to do 10 minutes before you're due to come live. Gray is in. He is saying good afternoon. Mark Wallington with the old tash. Hey, you don't know where my tashes are, mate. And Alan is in from Burnley. And Alan, pleasure as always to see you. Thanks for the good luck, mate. You have Arsenal at home. I would be worried as well, mate. I mean, it's at home, which is your advantage because I know how passionate the Burnley fans are. But it's Arsenal, who put 6 past West Ham the other week away. Oh, Matthew is in and said, let's go, Leicester. Let's go indeed. And Nate, all the way from America, is in. Good morning from the Arizona desert. Well, hopefully not. You're not in the middle of the desert. If you have, you've got damn good signal. That's all I can say. You've probably got better signal than this guy, because obviously in the Antipodean part of the world, they are having power problems, apparently. They're trying to keep up with the rest of the world, the Australians, but they are struggling. Stick an extra mouse on the wheel. Hello, sir. Luke, how the devil are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. And just when I messaged you, I had nobody in with me. So I was beginning to panic just a tad. I'm not going to lie.
All right, mate. It's all good. I had to rush to my old lady, so you can see it's not my usual setup, but I'm in here. That's all that matters.
I'm going to say I'm impressed with seeing another part of your house here.
Yeah, I'll give you the tour another time.
That's not my bedroom. If it is, I don't want you making a mess in it. But have you seen the team?
Mate, I've nailed every single one in my preview. I have.
I know it was. Let me just bring it up. We're all having a little bit of fun here because I'm trying to bring it up and it's not working, as you can see. Okay.
Want me to share it?
No, I can. I've got it. I just need to upload it properly. But whilst I'm doing that, let me just put the team across the bottom. There we go. Talk me through it. Daka's back.
Yeah, I expected that, particularly after how long Vardy played for as well, mate. I think it only makes sense. But the big talking point is your main man's lover child's not even on the bench.
Oh, not my lover child.
Brad's
lover child. I know. I mean, there's all this sort of, is he injured, isn't he? I mean, he's just come back. Why should he be injured? But then again, look, he's gone to AFCON. We've not exactly needed him. We've not struggled without him, have we?
No. And if he's not putting... Enzo did come out and say that he's available for selection, which is interesting. But if he's not putting pen to paper and we can't keep affording to let people go for free, and he's been massively underperforming for the time he's been in, and Dak is performing and everyone else, then sign the paper and we'll let you go at the end of the season. If not, sit on the bench and kick rocks. Thank you for everything else you've done. Yeah,
no, it's a very, very good point. And, you whether it's an injury, whether it's the fact that you're just off form, or a suspension. If you lose your place and somebody comes in and does well enough, they should keep it.
They should, and I like to look at it from a sense as well as if Dak is performing and he's been waiting so long for his chance as it is, and then as soon as Kelechi's available and we play him, he doesn't score, and Dak is now frustrated, and then Kel decides to leave on a free at the end of the season, and now Dak is disgruntled or doesn't have faith in his spot in the team. That's potentially 2 strikers we lose instead of 1. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. No. I agree. Right, there we go. I don't think I can get it the other way because, like I say, I have been messing about. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Me and modern technology. Look, that at the moment, whether it's Vardy, whether it's Daka, and I know Daka's not probably going to play 90 minutes, and you could put a good case up there for Cannon. That, to me, is our strongest starting lineup. But I want to talk to you about Pratt, somebody else that has just taken their chance with both hands.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a while as well because I think he's been getting better each and every single game that we've seen him play, and he's exactly what we needed. Maybe Sensi would have been a little bit better, a little bit more finesse, but we don't actually know that. He's only played 35 minutes, so we didn't get Sensi. Now I've got Pratt. I'm pretty sure every single club in the Championship would love to have a Belgium international in their side. So to have Pratt, who's been really reliable on the ball, won us a penalty, scored a goal, I think it was at Birmingham. I think he's done great. And if he doesn't want to re-sign, thank you for all your service. Wish you all the best.
I think he's got 2 goals, hasn't he? I could be wrong though. Could be wrong. But look, I think we've always said, haven't we? There's a good player there. He just never got the chance because I think he was. I've said it recently. The old Lampard Gerrard can't play together. I don't think him and Tielemans could necessarily play together. And Tielemans, let's be honest with you, it was. Well, I would have dropped him last season, but before that, it was hard to drop him. He did have injury problems, but Enzo said, "Look, we haven't got Sensi. Cashaday's gone back, and he wasn't exactly pulling up trees. I've got Eunice. I've got Pratt. Pratt, I'm going to pick you." And he's grabbed his chance. And there's no reason why I could see him at this rate signing under the contract, because I think if you're somebody like Pratt, and we'll come on to Vestergaard as well, you look at it and you think, well, shit, I was treated like shit, but that was under Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't think it's night and day difference between Rodgers and throwing his toys out the throwing his toys out the pram or the cot, so to speak. Yeah. He's using what he's got, which is great. But I think that Pratt's been here a lot longer than Yannick has. So and also if we had a signed Sensi and that had gone through, we might not have even seen Pratt at all. So I think that he will be a gentleman. He'll put a shift in, but I can't see him personally re-signing myself because I think we're still going to be looking to strengthen in that area, and he's not going to want to sit in the bench and compete for a spot, I don't think, for another 3 or so years.
It depends, like you say, depends who we bring in. I think if we don't go up, he's gone because of his wages. But it will be interesting. Scott says there we have 2 recognised right wingers, but maybe 1 okay-ish left winger. If you're saying Mavrodidi's okay-ish, then Scott, I think you've been drinking. Mavrodidi is like, wow. Would you call him okay-ish, Luke?
I don't know if Scott's referring to McAteer if he needs to cover as a spare man, because we've got plenty of options.
I was going to say McAteer can play right or left.
I don't think he looks as good on the left, but I don't know what Scott's referring to, but if he's referring to Mavrodidi being an okay-ish left winger, I respectfully disagree. I thought at the start of the season he looked very promising, tapered off a little bit and could be a bit frustrating, but I think the last 6 to 8 weeks he's been gone up another level. I'm now pretty confident to see what he can do Scott on the bench. Yes, I thought he meant that. Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, no problem, Scott. But I can only sort of read what people type. I mean, we've got Albrighton on the bench. We've got Atgun, who is a winger. although he's been being played in the centre, his actual position when we signed him was a winger, and we have got McAteer that can play left or right. So we've got 3 wingers there in my mind. Yes, Atgun's the right, I suppose, or Brighton's right, but McAteer can play either, and I think Mavadidi, if he needs to, can play right, and I think I wouldn't have any worry with if it was injury prone or something happened injury wise that we would. I wouldn't worry if Fatawu ended up on the left.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I much prefer Fatawu on the right hand side.
Of course,
I definitely agree with Scott though. I think it's one area where if we're gonna in the summer, I think we could use another left winger and another centre back that's left footed. That's the 2 areas I think we need most. And depending what Pratt does,
certainly go with the left back. I certainly I don't agree with the winger. I respectfully disagree with you, sir, because I think you've got you have got McAteer who's let's be honest with you, until he got injured and what have you, was our top goal scorer. And I tend to forget how good he was. Depends whether we sign Atgun or not, I accept. And yes, but we definitely do need, and I think we need another striker. Vardy, he is literally, I don't think he's going to be starting many games next season. Iheanacho, well, it's looking like he could be going. And Cannon, unproven at Premier League level. So I don't know. But we'll probably see an overhaul of the squad anyway. I'm very, very surprised at Vestergaard being offered a new contract.
I'm not, to be honest. I really think that it's the more it's like basically the time that he was out for those few games injured and how well that back three looked the last game, which I thought was their best game together as a collective back three. I'm more and more starting to be convinced that he will at least see another year. I think we'll still strengthen in that area, but I can definitely see him being vital just because of his ball distribution, mate. Him and Winks are huge for how we play.
I mean, look, I love Vestergaard. Let's not say I think a lot of that is not the fact that I think he's the new Lionel Messi, but it's just the way that he'd been treated by the bell end when he was in charge. But I just worry about his speed in the Premier League.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like the way he played of Rodgers with a high line and playing so high up and with a back four, if it got past, he just didn't have the speed to recover. Whereas how he's set up now, he's almost that back person of the 2 back 3 in front of him, almost like a triangle, so to speak, with both wingers tracking back as well. Gives him a bit of that time. It makes up for his lack of speed. But I do understand your apprehension, and I agree. But I can still seeing it working. Maybe not as well, but I'm not ready to write him off actually at Premier League, which I'm surprised to say.
And he, as Gray said there, he's earned it. And Scott, not often we agree, Chris. Respectfully, we sometimes disagree. But I'm with you in Vestergaard, as well as he has been played this season. I think he'll struggle massively next season. It's whether he wants to, because I think Cody could come into his own next season. Because let's be honest with you, he's an ex-England defender. But it's how Vestergaard sees, his future. Is he going to want to just play backup, or he's proved that he can play at a certain level brilliantly, and he may decide to get more game time by staying. Like I say, it's all ifs, buts, and if my mother was a bike, so to speak. But Andreas says definitely need a new striker. I agree. We should give him a 1 year. Totally agree on that. But he literally. I mean, the guy. Every time I think I'm writing him off, he comes on and scores 2 goals for us. So I'm a bit worried about saying this, but look, he's going to be 38 by the time probably we get into the Premier League. I think he will be starting less and less, and I just think, as great as that, as I've always said, but I've said this for the past 2 seasons, and he's proved me wrong. Impact sub, but. I don't know. I mean, you'd give him an extra year, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would, mate. Personally, yeah. I would.
Yeah. Just to keep everybody up to date, Southampton won obviously yesterday, got me a point in the prediction league, and Leeds have just beaten Plymouth 2-0. So as the table stands at the moment, we are top with 78. Leeds are second with 69. By God, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Hey, I didn't know whether you get my joke or whether you'd find it hard to swallow. There's another one. They come along. It's just waiting for ages, then two come at once. But there we go. We move on to Southampton, who are third with 67. Ipswich came back strong midweek, didn't they? I think it was 4-0. They beat Millwall, so they're not to be written off.
Yeah, I still think they don't have the depth to punch on with the three sides that got relegated, but I still think that they're going to look good next season. Credit to them. But yeah, they're definitely not going away, mate, but I can't see anyone else really. Maybe West Brom, but we'll have to wait and see for the playoffs. But Grant, if we're not in the playoffs, I'm looking forward to watching it from a mutual point of view.
It's nice to watch the playoffs when we're not in it, isn't it?
Yes.
So we have suffered some awful playoff defeats and wins, it has to be said, in past years. The Brian Little years. I think the top four there are pretty much nailed on to be in the top six in some form. I think it's the fifth and sixth that is playable for, and that sixth place seems to change every week. Coventry are back in there at the moment. Norwich are in there for a day before that. Hull have been in there. Preston coming back up. Ipswich, West Brom, they lost, didn't they, to Southampton? So yeah, it's all it's interesting. I'm just grateful that we had such a good start because it has given us that cushion.
It has. So should the result not go our way tonight or against Leeds, we should not get complacent. And if you listen to anything like Enzo says in press conferences, he always big ups other sides. I don't think he will get complacent. He talks up every side. Similar to Pep, which I really like. Throw in the mix of got guys competing for spots because he uses what he has available and gives people their chance. I can't see us getting complacent. But yeah, mate, I think we, like you said, you got the points and advantage, but if we should lose, we don't have to all have a meltdown on Twitter and start screaming Enzo out, do we?
No, we'll probably moan about the team selection today, but we're allowed to do that. We're fans, but there has to be a point where you've got to say, look, come on, wobble your head. Yes, it was a bad result. He got this wrong. He didn't do the right substitutions, etc., etc. But then you've got to say, look, yeah, do we want him out? Of course we bloody don't, But this is interesting. Because I don't think we can. I think we talk about the team less and less because it's the same every week. And just to say, we're not going to have Kate in this morning before the game because she's forgot her earphones. So she'll be joining us post game from the car. But looking at the form there, this is how tight it's going to be. In home form, we are fourth. In away form, Middlesbrough are fifth. They are better away from home than at home. So again, and they've already beaten us. Yes, it was a wonder strike, but it's going to be tight, isn't it? We can't take this one for granted.
No, we can't. And from what I remember, the Middlesbrough game was quite frustrating. That was the start of our blip last time. It kind of started with a QPR game.
We followed on from Leeds. We'd lost to Leeds the week before.
I think Middlesbrough was actually first. I think we were. Well, even with QPR, Wink scored a worldie. That was a frustrating game, if you remember. I was going through my notes the other day. And then Middlesbrough, and then it was Leeds. So I thought...
Okay, sorry. My bad.
No. Now I'm second-guessing myself. I've got to double-check. I'm pretty sure that's it. But either way, that was the blip. The form kind of dipped a little bit. The Sunderland game, QPR, granted we won both. And then the game against Middlesbrough, I thought they didn't give us as much time on the ball. They played on the front foot. They were aggressive, and I don't think it had gelled so much at the time. But I'm feeling a lot more confident about this game, but definitely shouldn't take them for granted, mate. I'm not predicting a 4-0 today, that's for sure.
You were quite correct, which hurts me. But yes, we lost to Leeds first, then we lost to Middlesbrough. We managed to beat Watford 2-0, and then we only drew with Sheffield Wednesday, which, because we were top and they were bottom, and they got the equaliser in something like the 85th minute. That, I suppose, that was our blip, if you like, wasn't it?
It was. That for me, I could see maybe a loss here and there, but I can't see a blip again. I just can't. And I think that side that we've got there is possibly our strongest, mate, at the moment. I thought that, Ndidi has had a really great season, has linked up quite well for Tau, but I think in terms of the way we play and maintaining possession, the ball's a lot more reliable with Pratt than it is in Ndidi. Ndidi has other strengths. We can win the ball up the pitch and stuff like that. And he's put in some beautiful crosses this season, but I actually quite rate from what I've seen so far from Pratt.
I tell you what I have been impressed with, and that is the way Pratt and Fatawu have linked up.
Yeah, exactly, mate. That's what I mean. Like, I'm very curious to see how it goes moving forward, because they're going to continue to develop that team chemistry should they keep playing together.
Yeah.
And I think the reason we're not seeing Yunus is just because both he was signed as a right winger, both for Tau and has now leapfrogged them both, and Makatia on that right wing. And I don't think, as good as Yunus is, and I like him, mate, don't get me wrong, and I think he can be flashy and he's got a bit of that flair to him, I don't think he has the physicality to play that high pressing 8 position or to recover the ball back. He struggles a little bit. And I think that's why we're not going to sign him.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's got to earn his place. Pratt has gone in and has grabbed it. I mean, we shouldn't, when we're looking at that form table there, we shouldn't read too much into the fact that Chelsea put 6 past them. Or was it 6? Yes, it was 6.
Yeah.
I should have gone to Specsavers. I mean, it was a waste replaying the FA Cup. But again, they struggled at home, as we were saying about their home form. They struggled to beat bottom club Rotherham. And those are the games that you're going to look back on, like with us with Sheffield Wednesday, and go, God, we should have won that.
I don't think so, because of I see what you're saying, but I think because of how comfortably are ahead for now, I think it's more teams like Southampton and Leeds that are going to be having those sorts of thoughts, or we should have won those sorts of games, if you know what I mean, because they're chasing whereas we're looking down, they're looking up.
Yes, they indeed. And okay, we've got on Friday, in fact, coming up, isn't it? We've got actually a lot of games. We've got Friday. And then we've got Tuesday, the Bournemouth FA Cup game. And just to let you know, guys, there will not be a watch-along for the Bournemouth game. So you can have a night off there. Although it is like an early morning for you. But I have got tickets. So I am going to be going just down the road to Bournemouth to watch just my second match of the season. Bournemouth in the FA Cup. Bournemouth have given us a hell of a lot more, almost doubled our away allocation. So there won't be a watch-along for the Bournemouth game, but I will be doing like a live blog or something, whatever it is from the stadium, if I can get a signal. But we've got Leeds coming up. I said to Craig the other day, is that case of the winner of that one is guaranteed top 2?
Jeez, I should think for us, yes. If we win that game, but I don't know, that they're the one team where I feel like they've soundly beaten us. Like, I've got no excuses. Like, they beat us. Like, give credit where it's due. I don't know. That's the one game that worries me. To me, that's the closest we can get to, in my opinion, a look into the Premier League. Are they as good? Are they going to struggle next year? Maybe. The Bournemouth game, I hope you enjoy it, mate, but I'm not convinced that Bournemouth's going to put out a strong side for that game. So This Leeds game is a big tell for me. I really hope we can get revenge.
To me, I think the Bournemouth game is good because when you look at we will have played 2 Premier League teams this season, and that is Liverpool in the Caribou. All right, they beat us 3-1, was it? But it was, the second goal was a wonder goal, and the third one went in off the post and could have just as easily gone out. So it wasn't a walkover. But if we were in the Premier League, you would go to Liverpool. You'd probably expect to lose. Let's be honest with you. The top of the Premier League now. If Bournemouth are a team that, if we were in the Premier League now, we would be looking at probably getting a draw away from home, or at least possibly even the 3 points. So that game to me will be interesting, win or lose. And if we lose, yeah, I want to do well in the FA Cup, but come on, promotion's more important. But if we, it will be good to see how far we've come.
It will, mate. No, you're right, 100%. It's still going to be interesting with someone else, especially someone from the Premier League. So, with all due respect, a lot more exciting. But I'm in the same camp as you, mate. Like, I would think that their strongest side, I would want to, if we were to play stronger side versus strongest, I would still back us with my blue tinted glasses on. I really would.
I mean, they're not exactly safe in the Premier League, are they? I mean, again, you got this argument about, is there any, teams that are, so you need three worst teams. Sheffield United, Burnley, both on 13, Everton on 19. Oh, actually, no, they're doing better than I thought. They're 27th. So you've probably got to say Bournemouth will stay up this season. They're 13th place and 27 points. So, there's teams below them. Forest, I was getting them confused with. Forest could easily be dragged in, and Palace. I think probably Brentford, Bournemouth have got enough. So it will, for me, if we go there and Bournemouth absolutely stuff us, if we put a strong team out, and I think we will do, I will be worried if that happens. I'm not going to lie. Do you think you'll go for a strong team for that?
Bits and pieces, I definitely think we'll still rotate 3 to 4 players. I think you'll see Nelson, Stolarczyk, possibly Hamza, and Cannon. They're the kind of changes that I would expect to see. Maybe McAteer instead of Fatawu, stuff like that. He's like the likes.
But that said, it's still a team that should be able to hold his own.
Yes, it should. It's just we saw against that first game against Sheffield that, like, if you change it up too much, it doesn't click as well. Like all that first half of the Birmingham game, mate, if you remember.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That was...
You know what I mean?
I only saw the highlights because I was in London that weekend. So I only saw the highlights. So, but yeah, I've heard everybody's comments, and I saw some of the comments that were up and what have you. Right, let's get some score predictions in. Paul is going 2-1. Ben is going for a 2-2. Scott's going for a 3-1. Jeff is going... Good afternoon, Jeff. How are you? He's going 2-0. And Phil is in from Sweden. Hello, Phil. How are you? And Rene is in as well. Highfields is in. Hello. He's gone 3-0. Dare I ask, or shall I guess at 4-0 for you, Luke?
No, not for me today. First of all, hello to everyone that said hello and shout out. I've always said Scott's a clever man. I'm actually going 3-1, mate. That's my prediction.
You've gone 3-1. Okay. Andreas has gone 3-0, same as Highfields. Rene's gone 2-0. And Stefan, hi Stefan, how are you? From Sweden. He has gone 3-1 as well, and Phil has gone 1-0. I've gone 2-1. I am. It is going to be a tough one. This. I hate to say I'd take a draw, but I just think they're going to be up for this, because if they can do the double over us, that's quite a scalp, isn't it, this season?
Yeah, I definitely don't want them to do the double over us, but I can live with that. But if Leeds do the double over us, then yeah, I'll be dirty. I won't lie.
What, you love the Leeds fans? What are you on about?
Oh, I can't wait to tell them. Yeah.
Yeah, so Phil, now I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name, but Yogi, let's call you Yogi for short. He's gone 5-0. Wow, he's in the mood, isn't he? Lorraine is in.
Yeah, he
Lorraine.
is.
Hello. Do you know Lorraine?
No.
Oh, I thought you went hello as if you knew somebody.
No.
Sorry. Snow is disappearing in Sweden. Well, it's Snow Joke, is it? Snow Joke. Yeah. Oh, God.
Crickets.
Yes, very, very much so. Right, I mean, let's have a look. So I mean, our two main rivals have already played today. Last night and today. So we know what we've got to do. A win would be like amazing. It would put us it'd take us over the 80 mark, take us to 81. So take us to, how many points is that? I can't even, 81 above 69. Come on, Luke, you're good at maths.
No, that's Brad's job.
So my brain is fried. I can't think. But let's have a look who else is playing. Birmingham are hosting Sunderland. Bristol City, who got that great win over Southampton the other day, hosting QPR. Huddersfield, Hull. Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday. Norwich, Cardiff. Preston are hosting Blackburn, who have obviously got a new manager now. Rotherham are hosting Watford. Stoke, Coventry. And Swansea are hosting Ipswich. So, Phil, I need a new script writer. I certainly do. Well, I'm going to have to get my calculator out because nobody's coming in with the maths here. So 81 minus, what did I say? 769.
Yes.
12 points. 12 points, that would make us clear. And that's 4 wins. And that just sounds, well, it obviously sounds better than 3, doesn't it?
Yes, and if we beat Leeds, touch wood, that would be 5 games, I think, yeah? So
yeah, yes. But guys, couple of things I need you to do. First of all, is get over to Luke's channel, Leicester City Down Under. Although he didn't have me on this week, but he's still a pretty decent fella. Apparently he was too busy smashing a quick one out before his girlfriend got home. I'm leaving that with you. I am not taking that anywhere else.
Plagiarism. Plagiarism framed me, so wrong terminology. You framed me.
It is. One of my mates said, does it mean something else in Australia? I said, I don't care. I don't know what it means here. And like a good mate, I didn't embarrass you at all, did I?
No, I had some explaining to do, though.
Did you?
Nah, it's all good. It's all good fun.
I'm going to say, I don't think she follows me on Facebook. I think I'm safe.
I'd do the same to you, to be fair, so it's all good.
You would, I know exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, but when you messaged me that back, and I thought too much information because I know you like to share your toilet activities.
No, you knew what I meant. You were just like, "This is my chance. This looks bad."
Well, I don't know what you're saying. Don't know what you mean. But look, Leicester City Down Under. Get over there, give this great guy to my left, right, whichever, a huge subscribe on his channel. He's just getting going, so go over there and support him. Subscribe to this. You need to if you want to chat on that. Give it a like as well for the video. 50 in or 77 in now, 20 odd likes. I know I go for 100 for every watch along, 50 at half time. By liking a video, what it basically does, if somebody doesn't subscribe or isn't subscribed and there's enough likes, the YouTube algorithms puts it on their homepage, which obviously helps us. And also, you can, well, on my finger, well, if I can, well, be careful how I say this. If Luke can just put his finger in the bottom corner above the 2 QR codes. There we go.
Right,
I knew one day I'd have a use for Luke's finger. The black one is TikTok, and the red one is Instagram. QR codes, quickest way. Follow us on both. If you want to see all the bits that go wrong and what Dave does in a skip of a night and things like that, get over to TikTok. And also, obviously, Instagram is just another social media that we're on. I'll let you go because I know you've normally got to set it up for the game, Luke. Thanks very much. Hopefully see you at half time.
You see me at halftime, you'll see me full time, and everyone please consider becoming a member of LTID and subscribe. Get me to 150. I'm 2 away. Would mean the world to me. I'll see you at halftime.
Cheers, buddy. Take care. Thanks very much to Luke there. Right, so I just need to get set up. So I'm going to be back in a minute if I can find the right thing to play.
Crystal did 3 hours a day.
Wanna do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Hello, right, here we go. As I put up there, it is a watch along. Therefore, I do not expect to see any spoilers, scores from any games, whether it's this one or another one. If you put a score up for Livingston versus Kilmarnock in Scottish, you will be kicked. And if you think you're being funny by putting a comment up there regarding anything before I say it, we've got a couple of mods in, Scott and Gray, and they have permission to kick you out. It was Leicester City down under, Phil. Ankit, yeah, Devil, how are you, sir? Welcome along. Now it's 12 points, Renee, if we win this. Ankit, nice to see you, mate. And Tolja is in as well. Hello. Hello. See what I'm going to do for you guys. The link is there. Go and give your support to Luke. Phil, mate, email me your link on Twitter or whatever, and I don't know if I'm following it or not, Phil, but yeah, send me a. You can't post it in here; it doesn't allow you. But please do stick it on the Twitter for me. Okay, they're all just doing the taking the knee. The referee joins in. Fair play. We're about to kick off, and we're off. So here we go. Remember, no spoilers, guys. You can see what time I'm at. So I don't expect any spoilers and say scores from any games. I will keep you updated with the scores. Leicester City, obviously we're at home, so we are playing in all blue, and we are kicking from left to right, as we like to in the home games first half. And Middlesbrough are in their away strip today of literally white shirt, white short, white socks. So they're going to be all white, and let's hope that it's not going to be all white on the night for them. So immediately played forward for Daka, but he was offside. They're struggling They're struggling. I tell you what, Middlesbrough. They haven't really got a recognised striker on the bench at the moment, so they really are going to struggle. Now offside for Middlesbrough. So Vestergaard. So he's up. Well, that was a bit of a weird play out to the left, to the right, sorry, but Fatawu got it. So throw in to Leicester. Defensive throw in there from Ricardo. And it's back with Faz. Looking for somebody to pass it forward to. Goes forward. Fatawu played it back. Faz out to Vestergaard in the middle. Plays it forward to... someone managed to get off that, Ricardo, but he got pulled down, but the referee says play on. So Fatawu all the way out to the far side. Oh. Mavididi. It was a lovely cross-field ball from Fatawu to Mavididi. But Middlesbrough just got in the way. Not sure what's happening now. Is it a throw-in to Leicester, I think? I think he got a touch on it. Thank you, Gray. Yeah, we need to get to 50 likes if possible. Are we friends on Facebook, Phil? So just passing it around the back here, Leicester. So Fatawu now plays it down. Pratt tries to go around the back, but he's not going to get to it. And it's out for a goal kick to Middlesbrough. 3 minutes gone. Yeah, it's a bit of a quiet watch along today. We are just about 100, just under 100 off the 3,000 subscribers. So if you're new and you want to subscribe, that would be fantastic. Get to the 3,000. I did, Gray. Thank you very much, but I can't download them. Unfortunately. Oh, Pratt taken down. Doesn't get the penalty, but he does get a corner. Yeah, I don't know why it won't let me download them as just in, as a MP3, which I need. This is how I need them. Oh. Wow, Vestergaard. It was very, very close to going in there for Vestergaard, but it ended up on the top. I think it was because there were shorts, Gray. That's what it was. Oh, how did he miss that? Short corner. Kieran Dewsbury Hall kicks it over. Oh, he didn't meet it properly, and it hit the side netting. There, but opportunity for Leicester there. Matt Elliott's just said Vestergaard must be frustrated at the number of goals he doesn't score. But he has got 2 this season. Oh, lovely. Oh, through ball there from Vestergaard, but it's a little bit too hard. Goes through to the goalkeeper. They just don't need to be from shorts. They need to be proper YouTube videos, Gray. It's the shorts that I can't do anything with, I think. So, Middlesbrough here. Probably beat us 1-0 with a wonder goal, really. Quite late on, 84th, 85th minute, when we were at the Riverside. But Leicester now. We lost that, then we went on as I didn't get it the right way round. But we went on then and lost obviously to Leeds, and then we beat Watford and then struggled against Sheffield Wednesday. Was that as much as a dip as we're going to have? Do you think? So it's fallen well for free kick for Middlesbrough. I'm just going to say it fell well. Is my sound okay, guys? Had a bit of trouble with it the other night. I hope it's okay today. So I've got to say at the moment, Leicester probably dominating. Well, early days, obviously, we've not had 10 minutes yet, but no goals got in with the 3 o'clock kickoffs yet. Thank you, Gray. Oh, Dewsbury Hall lost out there in his own half. But he closes it down, but they've still got it Middlesbrough literally on the halfway line. And it goes back to the defenders for Middlesbrough. Of course, Luke Thomas is at Middlesbrough, but can't play today. Local lad, of course, for Leicester, but not in Enzo's plans. He probably is. Oh, Pratt now on the far side. Plays it back. Lovely ball back to Mavididi. What can he do with the ball? Chips it in. Oh, it's cut out. But only as far as Winks. Winks to Fatawu. Chips it into the box. Oh, a soft header from Dewsbury Hall there. But good move from Leicester. Good move. Elizabeth, you are a lady. Thank you so very, very much. Appreciate it. Always appreciate the likes. It really does help the channel. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. Yeah. Oh, quickly taken. And he's got all the space in the world. That caught Leicester out there. Needs to be some good defending here. Got the ball first time, but it's back with Middlesbrough. They've still got it. Oh, they're all at the moment. Oh, I thought it had gone out for a corner. Leicester were well caught out there. Well caught out. That was good thinking there by Middlesbrough. Took the quick free kick, played it out to the far side. I remember they're kicking right to left. Caught the defence out. Wow. He had the freedom of the king power there, the Middlesbrough winger. Justin got his foot in the way, but it still came back to the Middlesbrough player. And they were all over us. Leicester there looking a bit panicky. Tried to clear it out, but it has gone for a corner. Second corner of the game. First one to the team in white, Middlesbrough. Again, Leicester can't deal with it. Faz is up there heading it, but it's not good headers at all. Still, it's with Middlesbrough on the far side. Number 8 now for them. Plays it back, comes on for the Leicester player, Mavididi, and it goes out for a throw-in quite near to the corner flag, which they take quickly again. At the moment, I've got to say, I did say it was all Leicester at the moment. This is the best spell. Probably taken them 9-10 minutes to come alive, Middlesbrough, but they have. And Leicester looking a little bit wobbly at the back. Lovely ball out now to Middlesbrough. Oh, good defending. It's another corner. It's a lovely long ball down this near side. Middlesbrough player got free. I think it was Ricardo that came. No, it was Fatawu. Fatawu that came back doing his defensive duties. I've got to say, with these wingers, they really do the defensive duty as well. So corner comes in. Oh, struggling there. Managed to get a hand to it, Hermanson, and it's booted clear, I think, by Pratt. we're under the cosh a little bit at the moment now. A little bit worrying. Hermansen did get his hand to it. So Middlesbrough haven't won in 5, but that does include the Chelsea game, which, in fairness, the way to Chelsea in the FA Cup, you've got to forget that. They've conceded 12 in the last 5 games, but obviously 6 of those came in one game against Chelsea, which was away. They drew in the derby. That comes back to the goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen. Oh, Winks there. Oh, he takes it off Dewsbury Hall. Passes it out to Mavididi on the far side. He tries to get round. He's still got the ball. That was a good play from Winks initially, and Mavididi now keeping hold of the ball. But Winks, well, he goes all the way back virtually to the halfway line. But he was all over that Winks. He wasn't letting anybody say, nope, nobody's having it off me. So, 14 minutes gone, 0-0. Nice to see a manager that moves around. Blackburn have gone 1-0 up at Preston with the Northwest Derby there. And Huddersfield have 1 down at Hull. So it's Huddersfield 0, Hull 1, Preston 0, Blackburn 1. So here we go. 15 minutes gone. First quarter of an hour. It's in the hands of the Middlesbrough goalkeeper. Yeah, it's a bit. We're a bit on the short side when it comes to chances. Just the Vestergaard one at the moment. But here's Daka. Oh, it's through to Mavididi. Can he get to it? Yes. Oh. Referee's blown and he's called it back for a foul on the Middlesbrough player. That was a shame. Daka went through there, managed to get his foot on the ball and got it out to Mavididi. Wow. Yeah. He trod on him after the ball had gone, but Steve, mate, I don't know. I was too young. I'm not even sure that they are going anymore. Oh, now Middlesbrough looking for a shooting chance. So it took 3 Leicester defenders finally to stop the Middlesbrough guy. Oh, that was a pull back. Yeah, took one for the team there, number 28, O'Brien for Middlesbrough. Maybe that should have been a booking. Are they still going, Gray, Coop? No. Possible sending off there for Middlesbrough. Oh, yeah, Clark has got a yellow card. Didn't see that. Didn't see that, Jeff. Has he? Number 5 for Middlesbrough. What did he do? Anyway, he just had a pull back then. He was a very lucky boy because that was, to my mind, that was a yellow. Oh, Daka there. He was running backwards when he tried to head it. He had 2 players on him. Got his head onto it, but he was never going to do anything. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Luke. I'd already done it, mate. So, coming forward. $18 gone. Not exactly. Now though, Mavadidi comes away, chips it over. Oh, Ricardo. Now it's with Fatawu, chips it into the box. Is it? Oh no! He's still in. He's not gone out yet. Wow. Wow, that was ends up with a poor volley from Fatawu. How did Daka not get that? Wow. Pratt plays it out in that replay. Chipped in. Daka heads it right across. If somebody had been on the far post. But Fatawu chipped it in. Daka got the head down. How that didn't go in. How nobody was there at the far post just to nip it in. So, Ricardo out to Fatawu on this near side, runs, gets onto his left foot. Oh, that was a shot on his left foot. He likes to bring it in on his left foot, shot it into the box, hit the defender, and goes out for a corner. That was on target. I'm going to have a cider in a minute, guys. Don't know whether it would have gone in or not, but it was certainly on target. You feel like one is coming, but I also feel like, you know, we've looked a bit dodgy at the back. Oh, very poor corner ends up in the goalkeeper's arms, resplendent in his red patterned kit. So at the moment, it's all a bit. Just hope this doesn't come back and bite us on the bum. Oh, quick. Again, they're into these quick free kicks to Middlesbrough. Out to the far side. Can he get it across? No, it hits Justin, goes out for a corner on the far side to Leicester. Sylvia, hello. Welcome along. Middlesbrough, yeah, they're certainly giving us a game, as Matt Elliott pointed out. Completely missed there by two Leicester defenders and the Middlesbrough. Oh, no, well, Justin got his head to it, but didn't really do an awful lot with it. Has gone out for a throw-in to Middlesbrough. Michael Carrick shouting at his players, wants maybe a little bit more effort from them. $2908 subscribers. Hi George, how you doing? 2908 subscribers. We're trying to get to 3,000 before the end of the season. We are 92 off. Mavadidi, he pushes the player over there. But, it's a break now for Middlesbrough. They've beaten the offside trap. Faz is doing his best to get back. And it's 1-0. 1-0. It was an absolutely brilliant counter-attack from Middlesbrough. Faz couldn't keep up. Well, I have been saying, I did call it. Vestergaard was slow again. Well, like I say, can't say that I didn't warn you guys. I did say we're looking dodgy at the back. No, Jeff, there has been warning signs. I mean, they broke very, very quickly on that counter. It was a great counter-attack. If you like counter-attacking football, it was brilliant. And fair play to Middlesbrough. I'm not going to say they don't deserve it. They've done that a couple of times. They've broke quickly. They've taken some very quick free kicks. And they broke very quickly there. Faz couldn't get back. The only defender that was in the box trying to get back was Vestergaard. And like I've said, his lack of speed. Oh, it's a corner. It's a corner. Kieran Dewsbury somehow managed to get the ball through to Daka. Daka ran for it. Middlesbrough, apart from Chelsea, don't concede many goals. Like I say, fifth in form on away form. This is why. Short corner to Dewsbury Hall. Winks, chips it in, back at the goalkeeper, who punches it for some reason. Mavadidi, but it's straight against a player, Middlesbrough player. I don't know what's happening here. He's holding his head. Yeah, we've still got plenty of time. But yeah, there has definitely been warning signs. Oh, the goalkeeper, the physios have come on. He did punch that last ball rather than claim it. Wonder whether he's damaged his fingers. Carrick's taking this chance to speak to his players.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Want to do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
Yeah, the show's brought to you in conjunction with Surrey Hills Radio. Breakfast show with me every morning, 7 till 10 a.m. And then late night love songs on a Friday night from 10 till midnight. All the w's.surreyhillsradio.co.uk. Click on Listen Live or get yourself over to TuneIn on your mobile phone and search Surrey Hills Radio, or just ask your smart speaker to play Surrey Hills Radio. Every morning, wake up with me. It's a giggle. It's completely irrelevant, and me, I just like being silly. So get up in the morning and listen to me. Anyway, it's chipped into the box, but it's out and all the way out for a goal kick. So 58% possession. Leicester have had 7 shots, 1 on target, one shot for Middlesbrough. That was on target, and we know it's gone in the goal. 3 corners each. So, Daka quickly sprinting there, but Glover came out well for Middlesbrough in the goal. Looks like he's no long-term effects from his injury. Free kick there off Pratt. I think the referee being a bit pedantic there. It's Birmingham 0, Sunderland 1. Huddersfield 0, Hull 1, Leicester 0, Middlesbrough 1, Norwich 0, Cardiff 1, Preston 0, Blackburn 2 now, and Ipswich are winning, Swansea 0, Ipswich 1. So Ipswich, Leeds and Southampton will all be supporting Middlesbrough today, I'm sure. And at the moment, the main difference between the two teams is that 1 goal. Winks back to Manson, plays it out to Justin on the far side, and he'll get it back from him. Passes out on the clear on this side. Is he going to get the ball? No, he's not. Played to Vestergaard. That's a free kick. Yeah. Yeah, they're not arguing at all, Middlesbrough. Yeah, we fouled him. Give it a free kick. Like I say, we are 4th in home form over the last 5 games. Middlesbrough are 5th in away form. That's how tight it's going to be. Throw in for Middlesbrough on the far side, but they give it away to Leicester. Mavididi. Back to Justin. Vestergaard, Winks, just back to Vestergaard. Yeah, we had the warnings. It will be, Ronald. I think 2-0, and I think we're struggling. 1-1, of course, we're way back in it. I know I'm stating the obvious there, doing a Michael Owen. So half an hour gone. Dewsbury, ball's given away. Dewsbury Hall to Mavididi. Can't get it past the defender, though. He's been marked well, Mavididi. That's a throw into Leicester. I'm going to get a corner this Leicester. Oh, no, it's a goal kick. What? Look. But again, another good movement there between Fatawu and Pratt. Fatawu just played it into an area where, well, and just said, run onto it, Pratt, and he did. They are developing a really, really, really good understanding, those two. Our Top's there today. He sat watching it. You can see the TV as well. He's watching it, sat next to John Rudkin. So, can Leicester get a goal back before half-time? I mean, Swansea don't look... Swansea. Middlesbrough don't look like getting a second, but then again, they didn't look like getting the first, so... So, Leicester playing the ball about a lot here, but not really making much headway. You've got to remember that our nearest rivals have either won or are winning. Oh, Vestergaard turns. Oh, plays it out to Fatawu on this near side. Oh, he's gone round the defender, chips it across. Mavadidi. It's a corner. It's a corner. So, come on, Leicester. Half an hour gone. 33 minutes. Just coming up to 34 minutes gone. Now, come on. We can do this, Leicester. Oh, headed out there. It was a good defending by... Oh, Middlesbrough broken again. They've got 2-on-1. Faz is running back, busting a gut. Oh, Ricardo, wow, managed to get in the way. That looked like that could have been 2-0. Ricardo there. Oh, the corner comes in. Just the way that the camera is on the television. I thought I was going towards the goal. I mean, Faz was doing his best to get back, but that's where we're missing the speed. Hopefully, this is something that Enzo will look at and do something at half time. We just want to play Swansea every week. Can we play you every week? It'd make my job a lot easier if you could play you every week, please, Swansea. Leicester throw on the far side. Prowling in his technical area is Enzo. But Middlesbrough away again. It's 2-0. 36 minutes. Wow. I hope that wasn't early, Chester. If it was, you go in. Gray, was Chester early then? Thank you, Gray. Wolves, you were a bit close as well. Wow. 37 minutes gone, and it's 2-0 to Middlesbrough. What is going on? Kyle, I've you know, it's not like they're all over us. They're not. Joshua, you're outside. I think you're better off outside than inside. Justin, edge of the penalty area. Dewsbury Hall to Mavrididi on the far side. He's been taken out of the game completely. Oh, Dewsbury Hall can't quite turn. Winks to Faz, back to Vestergaard, just moving forward from the centre circle, plays it back to Faz on this right side. He'll probably pass it to Fatawu. Yes, he has. Fatawu plays 1-2 with Faz, who turns. Again, it was a nice movement, but just no end product. Oh, Dewsbury Hall, that was bad. Dewsbury Hall's not having a good game. Vestergaard. This will go to Faz. Yes, it does. And a poor ball up as well. Nobody there. I mean, you know, I think for what I've seen, and I didn't see the game itself, but Birmingham in the FA Cup, the first half, much changed side, of course, but that was probably our worst half of football. But we managed to be 0-0 at full time, 2-0 at half time. This is strange territory. Swansea 1, Ipswich 2. Now Leicester are breaking. Oh, lovely through ball there to Fatawu from Ricardo. Fatawu plays it in, but it comes off for a corner to Leicester. Comes off the Middlesbrough defender. Another good move, but we're just not getting... There's just no end product. So, from the corner, it was a short corner. Mavrididi and Dewsbury Hall playing 1-2. Dewsbury Hall chips it in. Fatawu. Oh, Fatawu takes the shot. Pratt was on the outside. Maybe that was his better option, but he went for it, and it's over the top from his left-footed effort. 40 minutes on the clock. Actually, probably was closer than I thought. Vestergaard looks up to the sky. No, actually, I think it was actually a lot higher than I thought it was. Yeah, he cuts in a lot, like Matt Elliott has just said. He cuts in a lot, but he doesn't hit the target. I don't think we didn't all underestimate you, Craig. You've beaten us once this season. How could we underestimate you? But basically, you've played us well today. You've played us well. Interesting to see what happens at half time. For example, I went 2-1 to Leicester, so I wasn't underestimating you at all. I think that's just you being a Middlesbrough fan, looking for some sympathy, possibly. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, luckily gets it away with it to Winks. James Justin now. Out to Mavrididi on the far side. Chips it over. Ricardo. Dewsbury Hall. Mavididi claiming offside. He wasn't, though. Looking for support. Doesn't get it, though. Does it stay in? Yes, it stays in with Dewsbury Hall. Mavididi's down and off the pitch. Daka. Oh, Bill, half-hearted Bills for a penalty, but we didn't get it. Sylvia Inacho's not in the squad today. We've always got to be careful, though. Look, they've beaten us twice on the breakaway. Fair play to them. Yeah, I know you're struggling for strikers at the moment. "43 minutes gone. Can we get one back?" Yainen, he hasn't made much of an impact. Certainly not today because he's not on the pitch, mate. He's on the subs bench, and I don't think you can make much of an impact when you sat on the subs bench. Burnley, I'm sorry, mate. Arsenal 2, Burnley 0. I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain. Yeah, if Middlesbrough get a third, then that is it all over. And fair play to them. Now, they haven't done anything specifically brilliantly today, Middlesbrough. I'm not saying I'm sat here, but every time they, we are, like I think it was Jeff said earlier, possibly Gray, we are playing a high line, and Middlesbrough have played against us well. Oh, okay. No, yeah, I mean, he's... Oh... Can't get it past the player. Has he been given the chance, though? I mean, Pratt is playing so well at the moment. He had Khashoggi in front of him before. Mavididi and McAteer, if you're looking at the wingers. Fatawu. Oh, that's going to be a free kick, surely. No, it's a corner. Well, Chester, look at the time. Look where I am. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Look where I am and be careful what you say. Word it better. I know you're not normally bad with those things, Chester. So, free kick. So, long one into the box. Keeper comes for it. Oh, Faz had no idea where it was. The ball was at his feet and he was like, where is it? He was looking round. Now, Dewsbury Hall, poor effort by Dewsbury Hall. Faz there, he was in the box. The ball fell at his feet. The goalkeeper had gone down, and he absolutely was looking around. Where's the ball? It was at your feet. There's another corner. Keeper punch. He likes to punch it, this keeper. Don't know if that's normal, Craig. You're the Middlesbrough fan. Seems to like to punch rather than come for it. Oh, it's a free kick to Middlesbrough. So it looks like we're going to be going in at half-time, 2-0 down. You can't say... I'd be sat here, I'm going to be honest with you, and I've got no complaints. I really, really have. He's on the bench, Vardy. Yeah, that was a bad one for Mavididi. That was definite foul. There's a free kick just inside the box to Middlesbrough. We've got just coming up to we've had 1 minute of the extra three. Oh, that's a poor ball. Poor ball. Depends if he makes any changes, because at the moment, Middlesbrough look, I'm not saying they're in command, but they look solid at the back, and I don't think Leicester don't look like breaking them down, because, you know, we're like a tiger that's had his teeth taken out. Yes, we're going for the kill, but we've got no bite. It's a fair point, Phil. Fair point. I'm not sure what you're saying, what you mean, Ben. The punch is old school. Not sure. So, free kick. It's given back. It was put out by Middlesbrough, so it's given back to Middlesbrough. Fair play. Who chip it over again. Oh, Vestergaard comes over. Oh, and gets a free kick. But again, you know, it was a long through ball. But that is half time. 1 or 2 boos around. Which is surprising. I think we need to make changes, Saeed. Right, it's half time. Not looking good, guys. Leicester City 0, Middlesbrough 2, and you can't say they don't deserve it.
Hello, Matt Elliott here. Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
for all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Wanna do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Yes, indeed. So let's go through the halftime scores for you as it stands at the moment. We've got Birmingham, earlier on, Plymouth 0, Leeds 2. There's 3 o'clock kickoffs, Birmingham 0, Sunderland 1, Bristol City 0, QPR 1, Huddersfield 0, Hull 1, Leicester 0, Middlesbrough 2, as we know, Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Norwich 2, Cardiff 1, Preston have come back from being 2-0 down there now, Preston 2, Blackburn 2, Rotherham 0, Watford 0, Stoke 0, Coventry 0, Swansea 1, Ipswich 2. Basically, guys, it is not looking good at the moment. I think we would have to say that. But let's get the halftime analysis up. Just get rid of that banner, and let's bring in the man from down under. I nearly burst into song then. Those that know. Luke, hello, sir.
Hello.
How are we feeling?
Yeah, a little frustrated. I feel like we could have got a few goals there. I thought Daka had a really good chance. Vestergaard had a good chance. We've just been hit on the counter, mate, and I think some of our centre backs have been a bit too complacent a few times.
Yeah. Craig, he's in. He's a Middlesbrough fan. Our keeper is our second choice to Dean, who's back on the bench after injury, prone to a clanger or two. He's done all right. He doesn't like to sort of collect the ball. He does like to punch it, so that might just work in our favour. But look, I've got to say, I could say fair play to Middlesbrough. They've played us well. We've played that high line. The first goal, I mean, the warning was there because they'd taken a couple of quick free kicks beforehand and had completely caught us out.
Yeah, we did get caught out. That's, I don't know. Like, also, that's like, I thought Vestergaard was a lot further up the pitch than he normally is as well. And like you can see, I believe that first goal, it's just the pace is not there. I believe it was Face was trying to track back and trying to catch up. But if you watch Vestergaard off the ball on the other man, where the tap in the square ball was there, it just wasn't. Yeah, I don't blame him for it. It's just I think the structure wasn't as sound at the back.
Yeah, I mean, I've written down here in the first 20 minutes, Leicester could have had a couple, and we did. I've written down here LCFC looking wobbly at the back because a couple of times Middlesbrough came at us, and fair play to Middlesbrough. Like I say, I think the fact that you're saying it's an average team, Gray. I would have to disagree with you on that one. I think they've beaten us once already. They're at the 13th, but the mid-table. I don't think they're average. I think they've given us a really, really good game. They've not. It's not been end to end. If you were neutral, you wouldn't be sort of, smashing a quick one out over the game, as you say. But you're not going to forget that. But they've looked at how we played. They've caught us out, and yes, for that first goal, brilliant counter attack. I've written down here. Faye's running back. He couldn't catch him. No defenders in the box. Vestergaard turned up it's like he was running for a bus, and the bus had already set off. And I mean, I did say this, didn't I? This is what my worry is with Vestergaard in the Premier League. He hasn't got that speed.
He doesn't, but again, he's like a lot further up the pitch than he normally is. I also thought that Pratt wasn't as integrated as well as he normally is at the mid. You noticed that we were crossing it a lot into that box, and it just wasn't working. Granted, it did create a few chances by Fatawu. Usually Fatawu had, that support either in Ndidi or Pratt. The last game's been great for them to, play 1-2s off each other and progress up the pitch around their players, whereas I've only seen Fatawu on his own a lot of that, mate. And that's why I think he's been forced that cross, and it's just not working.
Yeah. Brad, who decided to have a lie-in and not turn up to the match. Either that or his computer was down and he couldn't see the team. I wasn't sure which. Welcome along, Brad. I bet you wish you'd stayed in bed, don't you?
Well, I certainly do, Chris. But see, the weird thing is, this has actually kind of been coming. And I know that's I don't mean like being 2-0 down and playing like an absolute bag of crap. What I mean is, we have said, and we even said this is on Tuesday night against Sheffield Wednesday. Teams have had chances like that against us and absolutely screwed them up, messed it up big style. They've put it wide. Hamadson's made a big save. Someone's made a last gasp challenge, and it's all sunshine and roses when that happens. It's fine. And then a team like Middlesbrough, why won't my laptop just stay steady? I don't know. My laptop's more excited than I am.
You're not smashing a quick one out, are you?
I'm not doing a Luke. Don't worry about that.
No. No, we'll call it now. Doing a Luke.
Yeah, but. It's just a bit weird. Like, what's the short corner routine? We did it twice, failed twice. Keep crossing it near the goalkeeper, who is over 6 foot and keeps coming out to punch it. Why are we still trying to put it in the 6-yard box? We're just doing really strange things.
Like Craig said, he is their reserve goalkeeper. And we're playing against the reserve goalkeeper and a team that's got no fit strikers on the pitch, and we're still 2-0 down. 2 shots, 2 goals. That kind of sums it up. Let's not be, like I say, disrespectful. And I've said this a lot, and you made the point there, Brad. But Luke, I've said a lot. The fact that we've conceded the least goals of any team in this division isn't the fact that we've got the Arsenal back four from George Graham. Our defence isn't marvellous, but it's the opposition, as Brad said, sticking the ball in row Z when they were straight, got the empty goal in front of them. Middlesbrough, 2 chances, put them away. And, so people say, well, they've only had 2 shots. Well, they put it in the back of the net for 2 shots. The warning was there with the first goal. Then the second goal came along. And again, that we're just not clearing it, and we're getting caught out again, aren't we?
Was that to me?
Yes, sorry, Brad.
Yes, sorry. We've been caught out. It's only a defense that's looked shaky. Like, I've got the stats here if you want me to share it, but we've had 68% possession, but that means nothing if you don't have that end product, which we've been lacking in the transition and on the ball. We've looked really good, but it's just that final product's not there. But like Brad was saying as well, and I was saying, there's a lot of like crosses into that box, and it's just not working. Like, but again, I do say that though, but I'm going to contradict myself here. I think Daka should have put that away. I thought Vestergaard had a pretty decent chance as well, but his was at least on target.
They're just showing the first goal here, and Vestergaard. I mean, there was 3 white shirts to 2 blue ones. Obviously, there's the odd green one in there as well. Faz just couldn't get back, and like I say, Vestergaard was one of those, where you say you run for the bus and the bus goes away, and you sort of slowly trot down as if you weren't running for
I know.
it.
Very lapsadaisical movements. But don't forget as well, we could have been 3 down. Like Ricky Peace saved us big time as well. Don't forget that. Like there was 3 players running back there as well. They should have put that away. I was thinking.
Well, that was just before the second goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. So we were lucky there.
Yeah. I mean, Craig there, and Craig is a Middlesbrough fan. He is very, very welcome in here, Craig, and it's lovely to sort of get your thoughts on the game from an opposition point of view. If you want to come on at the end, put it in the chat, and I'll somehow get a link to you. Be great to get your thoughts on it. I said at the start I was worried. I've gone for 2-1, which obviously is blown out the window now. He says if we get an early goal in the second half, Brad, they could crumble. But we never do well at the start of a second half, do we?
No, we don't. And I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. If we was playing Wolves, Bournemouth, anyone like that, this would be 5-0. We'd be out the game. This game would be over. And Enzo's got to find a way at half time to convince them players that this game has only just begun, and that this second half, if they can score 2, so can we, and we can get ourselves back into the game. Because the thing is with Leicester this season, you do feel like a goal energizes them, and they breed off that confidence. So obviously it's not over yet. I always say 2-0 is a dodgy scoreline because you try and relax, but you try and get a third, and you never know. But we just seem a little bit predictable. I think, as much as I love Fatawu, I think we know who the danger man is in the Middlesbrough camp, who they see as the danger man in the wing, because Fatawu has acres. Every time he's got the ball, he's got 5 yards in and 5 yards down the right, and they just don't seem to care that he's got that route, because they know if he can't go down the right, he's going to cut in and waste a chance and shoot. Whereas Matt Eady will trick and turn his way into the box, get a pass in, or go down and potentially get a penalty. So we need to find a way to free up Mavididi. We say the slight changes for our plan B. I don't want to press the panic button yet, but is there a call for?
I think changes need to be made at half time, and I've got to say, I don't think Mavididi's in this game. I think that they're playing him out of this game, Luke.
He's had a few chances where I think he's taken one touch too many. I don't think that. I think it's actually Pratt that's got to be swapped for someone. I don't think he's having a bad game, but I don't think his impact's not there at all for me. He's not gelling well with Fatawu.
Well, I'm going to say this now, and you probably never thought you were going to hear me say this, even though he's been talked about being offered a new contract. I would replace Vestergaard, because I think we need some pace in that back line very, very quickly, Brad.
It's an option to go there. I mean, that's the problem. You look at that first goal. FaZe is anticipating a potential breakaway, so he's still holding that high line, whereas the cautiousness, and maybe because of, like you said, because of the pace of Vestergaard, Justin and Vestergaard, they weren't in line. And normally when you're pressing, you're either pressing high as a unit or you're defending deep as a unit. And that's what caused the first goal. It'd be interesting to see if he does change it up. For me, I would, personally, if you're going to take Vestergaard off and put Nelson on, I'd be taking Pratt off, who I don't think he's done too much wrong, but I'd go 2 up front.
And I just say, Rennie and Gray, all I would say is, before you actually put your comments in, check what the team is, because Nelson isn't even on the bench. He got a knock the other night.
Well, see, that's where my thing, because I'm going off what people are telling me. I didn't quite see.
No, I guess you'd seen that. I mean, to me, I'm sorry, stick Cody on there.
Yeah,
and
go for
I'm not saying he's Mo Farah, Luke, but he's got that
Well,
experience to keep it a bit.
Chris, there has been a substitution. Tom Cannon is on.
So
And
it gives us a bit of. I'm going to kick off, so I'm going to let you both go.
Yeah, I think Dak is on. I don't know if he's changed it to two up front because I've just done a kick off. So
Right.
yeah, but
not a problem. See you guys later.
See you later.
See you later.
Cheers.
He has. He's gone two up front. All right. See you.
Right, and we're away. Right, so let me just set up there because that was all rather quicker than I had planned. And we'll talk through that that change in a minute. So it's 2-0 second half. So Cannon is on. Mavadidi is off. Mavadidi for Cannon. So we've got two up front now, which everybody's been shouting for. So let's see. And interesting that he's brought Cannon on and he hasn't brought Vardy on. I think probably we need that that sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Presence up front. It does make me laugh. It does make me laugh. Cannon couldn't quite get his head to that cross now. Leicester coming out attacking. We don't normally do this start of the second half. Dewsbury Hall. Justin. Just can't get it down. Falls down to Cannon. Cannon. Onto Winks. To Cannon. Back to Vestergaard. Yeah, former Kings of the counter-attack. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. So, Fatawu. Oh, not quite. This didn't fall for Dewsbury Hall there. Oh. The noise has gone up a level after that one. No free kick, but Leicester still got the ball. Justin out to Cannon, who seems to be on the left a bit here. Oh, plays the 1-2, gets the ball across, but defending. Lots of white shirts in the box at the moment. Now, Leicester are coming out, actually showing some aggression now, and they this is what teams normally do to us at the start of the second half because they're normally behind. But we'll see. We'll see if Enzo's got his plan B. Fatawu tries to. Oh, he takes it round. Oh, chips it over there, Fatawu. The goalkeeper missed it. Justin back in, but it's headed clear. Faz. Oh, they can't get it away at the moment. It's all shots, fast shot, but it bounced out. It's with Fatawu. Feeds it into Faz. Pratt to Fatawu. Chips it into the box. Cannon on the far side. Oh. And it's a goal kick. And it gives the Middlesbrough defence a bit of a breather. Alan, I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, I think you are. Please, though, please stick with company. Because I think if you do go down, changing a manager as good as him, and you know what he can do in the Championship, maybe you just came up a season too soon, and that's what is my worry, if I'm honest with you. But cheers, everybody. Oh, and I'm going to say, if anybody is watching from Thatcher's Gold, the best cider, one of them, Thatcher's Gold want to sponsor. Come on, we're messing about at the back again, Leicester. And we lose it. So we've lost the ball on the near side. Obviously, Middlesbrough in all white. They're kicking from left to right. Leicester are in all blue, the home side, kicking towards the Cop as they like to in the second half. Cheers, Gray. A ball all the way through to Manson, who'll just pick it up on the edge of his area. Rolls it out, underarm to Faz on the far side. That was a good start by Leicester. Can I see Leicester scoring 3? Look, I'm the world's worst pundit, but I'm going to have to say, no, I can't at the moment. I know Craig, was it? The Middlesbrough fan. Switch from my kit to my Foxes Never Quit shirt at hotel. Well, let's hope we don't quit. So, crowd's woken up now. A bit of booing at the end of the first half, but they've woken up now. Cannon can't get it, and it goes out for throw-in on the near side to Leicester, around the penalty box area on the pitch. And it's taken quickly by Justin to Vestergaard. That Craig said, oh, poor ball through. I do apologise. I've forgotten the gentleman's name. I'm just trying to find it here. Craig Daniel. He did say that if Middlesbrough... Oh, my God. They were through then, Middlesbrough. Thank God they were offside. As Craig said, he thinks Middlesbrough will crumble if we get an early goal. Thing is, we've got to get that goal. We don't look like getting it at the moment. 110 of you in. 119, of you in. How many likes have we got, Gray? Oh, Fatawu, it was much too hard. Things just aren't clicking today. I suppose the thing is that we if we do lose, let's get it out of the way today, and then we don't do it against Leeds. Somebody warming up? No, he's been sent back down to his seat. 60 likes, guys. Come on, we need to get to 100. We've got 123 people watching. We've got to have more than 60 likes. Oh, Leicester now. Dewsbury Hall. He's got the space to run forward. Oh, what the hell was that? What? No, just talk to each other. Daka going one way, so Dewsbury Hall plays it the other way. Over the top and offside. 63 likes. Justin, tries to get the ball across, but it goes out for a throw-in. Yeah, they're just saying then, Justin more of a winger in this second half. It's out again. Honestly, Fatawu is not on the pace today. Oh my God! That would have been 3-0. Again, we're saying heavy touch by Fatawu. No, he went down there but didn't get the penalty. Wow. Yeah, maybe if Fatawu hadn't been quite as theatrical. I know we need to be on different pages of the book. Wink, a long ball out to Fatawu on the far side. You got to say, look, Fatawu, he's not on form maybe today. Mavadini was being played out the game. But look, Cannon here is on the left. He needs to be in the box. Oh, my God! Wink's trying to get the crowd going. It was through, but it just hit a defender and went over. It's a corner now. Winks has picked it up quickly. He wants to get on with it. Winks taking the corner. Not seen this before. Chips it up. It's high. It's long. Faz heads it back in. Daka. Oh, it just won't fall. It's just the goalkeeper falls on it. Oh, it just fell between a defender and the goalkeeper. Although Justin's shirt was being pulled. I think if that was in the Premier League, VAR would have looked at that. But Leicester got a free kick. 57 minutes gone. 33 minutes. Leicester now a double change on 57 minutes. Fatawu is off for Atgun. So Eunice now is going to be going out on the left. On the right, sorry. Not sure who the other substitution is at the moment. It was a double substitution. Oh, Dewsbury Hall, what a fucking useless ball. Saying about wind, but we should be allowing for that. Glover booked for wasting time. Does anybody know who the second substitution was? Throw into Middlesbrough. Or do we only make the one substitution? They said a double substitution. Oh, Dewsbury Hall can't. He's not having a good one. Yeah, I got that gun. They said a double substitution, so. Oh. Faz has given away a free kick. KDH is having a bad game as well. Faz has got a yellow card. There's a lot of players are not turning up today, and you can't. You know, you can get away with one or two players not turning up. It's 30 minutes gone. Now, I thought when they did say on the commentary when Eunice came on that it was a double substitution, but they obviously only made the one. Oh, that free kick there, that was close. I quite thought for a minute it was in. Let's have a look how close. Well, it was. Just wide. Now, can Leicester do something here? I mean, to be honest with you, we've not been at the races today. Oh, again, Kieran Dewsbury Hall gives the ball away. I won't go that far, Rennie. Come on. How long have you been following Leicester? You're not saying this is the worst game in history. I'm sorry. You're totally, wow. Seriously? Really, Rennie? I think, come on. Now we're having a double change. Vardy and McAteer are coming on. Cannon now. Oh, it's kept in. No, it didn't. It went out. Yeah, Kieran Dewsbury Hall is off. And Daka is off for Vardy. McAteer, full back. Chadder, I hope you're right, but I very much doubt it. Are we seeing a plan B here, I wonder? I'll tell you what, Brad will talk us through that, I'm sure. Silvera comes forward now for Middlesbrough. Oh, he hit Faz rather than Faz doing good defending. Now Leicester come away with Pratt on the far side. Keeps the ball in. "64 minutes gone. If Leicester don't score soon, then I'm just thinking, what the hell was that cannon? Seeing 7-year-olds kick it with more power. Come on, only 64 likes, guys. What's going on? 128 in the chat, 64 likes, 65 now. We need 100 likes by the end of the match. Otherwise, we don't do a Leeds watch along. I think we could score 1 goal at the moment. $65 likes. It was 66. It is 66 now. Gone back up again. McAteer's forward tried to get, is it Cannon in or Vardy? Vardy, I think it was. But it's gone out for a corner to Leicester. Eunice, left-footed corner coming in, both hands held up. There's nobody there for the short corner, so it's going to go into the box. It does. It's headed clear. Only out as far as Pratt, though. Pratt to Winks. Winks will use Eunice on the far wing. Just in 219 likes. Thank you very much, guys. Sorry, 2,918 subscriptions. Thank you very much, guys. At the moment, Middlesbrough threatening here. The Faz needs to pick the guy up on the far side. It was a chip. I mean, if Middlesbrough were in a wait there was a guy on the left of the striker. He could have played him through. Faz was out of a position, and it's strange, Alan, when you say 4-0 down, we were defending well, but I get where you're coming from. Time is running out, though, for Leicester here. McAteer can't get the ball past. First player. It's going to be for a corner. A goal kick. Nothing is going for Leicester. A change here for Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough making it. Oh, excuse me. They've deserved it. I'm not going to say they don't deserve it. 2,919 subscriptions. Can we get it up to 2,920? So Sam Greenwood, who got the winning goal, that wonder goal when we played them at the Riverside, is now on. As a throw into Leicester. Swansea couldn't get out the ball back. It's near the corner flag, taken quickly by McAteer. Ricardo, what the fuck are you doing? Control the ball. Not allowed to, Rene. He's on loan. Thank you. Somebody just subscribed. Thank you very much. 2920. Appreciate it. Just need to get those likes up now. 68. I mean, it's not a good performance from us. So it's out to McAteer on the far side. Chips it in, but it's headed clear by Middlesbrough defender. Middlesbrough counter-attacking. They're through again. Oh, good defending by Vestergaard on that one. The crowd are trying to get behind the team now. I've got to say fair play to Middlesbrough. Tom, you've deserved it, mate. You've been the better team so far. I think Carrick's got it right with his tactics. "20 minutes left. 19 minutes left. I said, oh, poor pass again. Oh, and again, we get the fucking ball away. Justin with a poor ball. That's an understatement, Wolves. That could be a free kick. Fucking hell, referee! Fucking wanker! Oh, he pulled him down! Jesus fucking Christ! Get a card for McGree, but come on! No, it's always going to be a difficult time for us, Tom. You know, you beat us. Well, I'd say it was a wonder goal, but you beat us. You know, you didn't concede. Oh, what was that again? Honestly, this team could not pass wind. I've got to be careful. I don't just say that we're losing this game because we're bad. Middlesbrough have hit us on the break. They've done very, very well. But we're not at the races today. Oh. This referee, was that a penalty? No, the crowd went mad for a penalty for a handball. I'll be honest with you, though, not many of the players did. Oh, Vestergaard loses it. Oh, off the referee there. Hit the referee, so it's got to be blown. Oh, no, it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty, in fairness. Good defending by Middlesbrough. Birmingham 1, Sunderland 1, Bristol City 0, QPR 1, Huddersfield 0, Hull 1, Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Norwich 3, Cardiff 1, Preston 2, Blackburn 2, Rotherham 0, Watford 1, Stoke 0, Coventry 1 now. Swansea 1, Ipswich 2. At the moment, we're going to have some 3 very happy teams in Ipswich, Leeds and Southampton. Just over 15 minutes left. 4 substitutions made. It hasn't got any better. Oh, for God's sake. Faz played the ball to where McAteer was. 15 minutes left. It's like anything else, though, isn't it? The more you win, the more you expect to win. Your expectations grow. Just nothing's happened. Nothing's falling for Leicester. I have to check my bank balance, see if I can afford a takeaway to console myself. Oh, no, it's offside for Leicester. Told you. They were 5th in the away league, Middlesbrough, so you can't say this isn't a surprise. You can't say this isn't the game that we definitely should have won. Vardy's had really no impact since he's come on. This is going to make next Friday's game a little bit exciting, shall we say? Substitution coming on here for Middlesbrough. I know what you mean, Jeff. Silvera comes off the score of the second goal for Middlesbrough. And it was a good second goal. Silvera comes off and Force comes on. So Faz out to Justin. He's got a lot of space on this near side, but we need to get the ball forward. Oh, again, fucking Justin! I'm just writing down the shit players here. Now, this is a good move from Leicester. Oh, there's Vardy. Oh, my God. Eunice to McAteer. How did Vardy, honestly, Vardy's been useless since he's come on. What was he doing? I think Middlesbrough definitely feel they can get a third here, and I don't blame them. They're playing well enough. Hello, Doug. How you doing? Ten minutes. Vardy just calming it down. Eunice gave away the free kick there, giving a bit of afters with the referee. We can't hit another player here. We can't find our players. Oh. Good header from defensive header from Leicester there. Now, Leicester, can we do a counter-attack? Ricardo, out to Cannon. Oh, that's a free kick and a booking. Ronald, are you being serious? I mean, Ronald, I don't know if you're watching a different game to me. 37, Alan. Exactly, Gray. It's a shrine. Of course it is. Winks with a free kick. An awful free kick. It's gone over. He's saved it for a corner as Glover. We've not really tested Glover at all. Winks overhit it. And again, it just didn't fall for us. Nobody there. It went behind Faz. He was looking behind him and like, maybe you should be looking for the ball. I thought this when we went 2-0 down, I thought, right, this is now down to, we'll see how the reaction we get. I don't think Enzo could have done any more. Oh, Vardy. Good defense. They have defended well, Middlesbrough. 16 shots for Leicester, none on target. Poor corner and it's kicked out. Couldn't just get past the first man. Winks now. 83 minutes gone. Cannon on the wing here. I mean, it's not going to... Why is Cannon on the wing? Cannon's asking for a penalty. He's not going to get one. And there's another fucking miss! Winks. Winks to Cannon. To McAteer. And it was high. Yes! 84 minutes! Jamie Vardy! He's got one! He's got one! Over the top! Over to Vardy! Through two defenders! Makes it 2-1! 2-1. That's what we've been asking for.
Go! Back of the net.
So, 5 minutes plus stoppage. Now, Will, Craig said earlier that if we score a goal, they'll crumble. Is it too late? In fact, Craig's just come in. I don't think you will, Craig. I think you've done enough to win this. I don't think we've got enough time left. I mean, we have to be careful that we don't give Borough the chance to get the third goal. It was classic Bardi. Oh, no, it was all over the back line there, but Middlesbrough get it clear. I can hear the crowd going, but is it too little too late? Is it our turn to get a late goal? I often ask Craig this in the preview. Would you take a draw? And I think the answer is yes, we would. At the moment, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. All Brighton's come on. I'm not sure who's gone off. But now Leicester have won the ball. They've stopped the Middlesbrough counter-attack. They're on the far side. Chipped into the box. Headed clear. Faust gets it back though. Oh, but he loses out. No, then the Middlesbrough player loses out. He's thinking past Ricardo. Can't get me words out quick enough. Oh, it's over, but it's out. And it's a goal kick. Nearly 88 minutes gone. Is it a corner? I think we might have got a corner. Yes, we've got a corner. Can we get something here in the last few minutes? Can we do to teams what they've done to us? Or Brighton's come on in the 88th minute and he's going to go up and take the corner. Not sure who's gone off. Or Brighton, but it doesn't get past the first player. Oh! Winks. Pratt's gone off. Or Brighton is on for Pratt. 5 changes. Craig, I think you've done it, mate. I think you'll have done it. You've got a defender coming on now for Borough, which you can understand. Faust loses the ball in defence. It's a goal kick. 89th minute. How many minutes of injury time are we going to have added on? We had 3 in the first half. Faz, speed it up, mate. Speed it up. Long ball in, but it's headed clear by Middlesbrough. Four minutes. Only 4 minutes. So we've got 4 minutes to maybe get a draw. Ricardo gets the ball from Albrighton, gets it to Vardy, and it's headed over. Oh. And I think the balloon is deflating, as they are saying. So, if we get something from this game, I'm not going to say that we deserve it, because we don't. Come on. How many times have we got stuffed by a late goal? Can we do this to the opposition for once? Albrighton. Lovely ball in. Oh, Cannon was going up, but didn't get to it. Justin on the near side, inside to Winks. Albrighton in. Cannon can't get to it. So into Leicester, taken very quickly. At the moment, anywhere will do for Middlesbrough. Luckily, got a throw in there off a ricochet. Vardy overhead kick to keep the ball in. Headed clear. Albrighton chips it in. Cannon. Oh, and that's probably going to be it. Oh, Vestergaard it was who was up. No direction on. Just came off the top of his head, really. Albrighton's made a difference. Vestergaard, good defending there. One last push for Leicester, but it's a poor ball. But Leicester get a throw in on the halfway line. That was lucky. So into the last minute of the 4 here. This is going to be it for Leicester. It's all or nothing now. Yunus into Faz. Faz plays it out to McAteer on the far side. Albrighton chips it in. Cannon doesn't quite get his head on it. James Justin takes the ball for the throw-in. It's a Leicester throw-in. Winks is in, but it's going to be the collector. That's going to be it. That's it. Full time. Well played to Middlesbrough. They've done the double. Fair play. Leicester City won. Done the double over us this season. You've got to say, fair play to them. Oh, really? I just... Look, bad day at the office. A lot of players didn't turn up. 22 shots we had, 1 on target. Oh, I mean, what the hell was that? I'm going to get Luke in before he hits the sack, although I'm probably that with Luke, that probably means something different. But let me just.
I just walked right into that one again.
You just did, didn't you? You did. Oh, God. Fair play to Middlesbrough. We didn't deserve it.
Fair play to Middlesbrough. I would have been a lot angry if Vardy didn't score that goal. For all that possession we had and all the shots, only 1 on target. It was quite frustrating why we persisted of all those crosses into the box. It clearly wasn't working. Lot to get into, mate. Very interesting. A lot of interesting subs. You can't blame Enzo. He did try, mate.
Yeah. I don't think Enzo could have done anything else. Two strikers on, but then he's got one of those strikers on the fucking wing.
To be fair, the first, I know it wasn't long, but the first 2-3 minutes, I was like, oh, yeah, here we go. This might be all right. This might work. But nah, he had a few good... to be fair, I don't think Cannon did a lot wrong, but it was just interesting.
No, he didn't do anything wrong, but what is he doing on the wing? You know, he brings Albrighton on. He makes a difference. He made more of a difference in the 2-3 minutes he was on than some of the players did for the whole game. I've written down here players that were shit for me. Vardy, absolutely. Apart from the goal he scored, he hadn't done anything. Fatawu, awful. Justin, awful. Kieran Dewsbury Hall, awful. And we're not just talking, when you've got that many players playing badly, and you're not going to expect to come away with a win. And fair play to Middlesbrough. 5 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals.
Fair play to Middlesbrough. Maybe a bit harsh. I don't know. I don't think JJ had a bad game. He didn't have a great game.
He couldn't pass wind. He was playing balls into space, not where a player in blue was.
No, you're right. A lot of the team did, to be fair. There was a lot of dodgy passes, mate. There was a lot, yeah.
I've just picked those out. I could probably go through more than that. Those are the ones I was just writing down. Ricardo, not a brilliant game. Vestergaard, he's not a striker. He's a defender at the end of the day. But he was okay. He wasn't a bad one. Fatawu and Mavididi did. Pratt, I thought, did all right. Daka, maybe. But for me, KDH, Justin, Fatawu, Vardy, Faye should be apologising to the rest of the team now.
I thought Keenan Dewsbury had a good first half, to be fair. I thought he made 1 dodgy pass in that second half. And I thought Daka...
Sorry, Matt, I'm going to disagree with you here.
That's all right. That's okay. No, I thought he had...
Sorry, just to say, Craig, he's a Middlesbrough fan. Borough deserved that win. They did. You got the win, mate. You deserved it. Well done. You've done the double over us. Hang that high. If we'd have got something, if we'd got a point at the end, to be honest with you, Luke, it would have been a smash and grab, wouldn't it?
It would, but I would have taken it, mate. I do not want to be...
I wouldn't have taken it, but that would have been very unfair on Middlesbrough.
I don't know. We had a lot of, possession doesn't win games, but I think that, the defense was a bit of shambles today. There's a lot of dodgy passing. I thought it's the most I've ever seen Vestergaard carry the ball up. And if you're going to play, the Middlesbrough play, hit us on the counter like that, you cannot afford to have Vestergaard pushing up the field as much as he did in that game because he get left of our pants down. He hasn't got the speed to catch back. That's possibly also why maybe Mavididi got hauled, not tracking back enough. I don't know. I don't think he had a very great game either. Took 1 touch too many in that first half. It's very easy to sit here and point fingers negatively at a lot of people, but I just think collectively as a whole, the team is just...
That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we're here to discuss it. I mean, look, we discussed the first half. Let's talk about the second half. We're interested to see what Kate's got to say when she comes on. Excuse me, believe it or not, nobody, not one person got the score right. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But then again, not surprised. And I am not going to say, as bad as I'm saying Leicester are, and we were, I am not saying that Middlesbrough won that because we were bad, because I hate that when that happens to, you know, when people say, oh, you know, we were in the Premier League. Well, Liverpool lost, but Liverpool were rubbish. No, Leicester beat them, and Leicester were therefore the better team. So Middlesbrough are the better team overall. It doesn't matter how much possession you had. Look, we won the Premier League with the least possession ever in the Premier League's history of winning it. So you know that, and they're fifth. The way form is fifth in the league, and they didn't get that just by not playing well.
No, fair play to Middlesbrough. No, I don't think that at all. I think they deserved that win. I thought they shaped up well. They defended well. They hit us on the counter. Fair play to them. I thought if there's any one maybe positive from that second half is I thought Eunice had a decent second half, but there was a few dodgy passes he made as well. But I thought he had one brilliant chance he set up for, I think it was Vardy. He played a decent one too for the mid, and I think it was Vardy, but there was just no, I think it was McAteer. I don't know, mate. There's a lot of chances. There was a lot of chances where we could have put him away in that game and we didn't. So
yeah,
what stresses me out now is this Leeds game.
Yeah, we'll come on to that obviously a bit later. But Scott,
I think you're frozen.
It shows why he likes Vestergaard and Pratt shouldn't be getting, again, with the most respect, Scott, 100%, 110% disagree with you. Pratt has been playing well. Vestergaard has been playing well. This is one game, and I haven't even got those two down as being in my shit players list. I'm going to be honest with you. So I have to completely disagree with you, as I think Paul does as well. I just, I think if you've got a player that's bad, the rest of the team, you tend not to notice. But when you've got, I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 players that were not on the ball today, that you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. Look, here he is. He's going to sort of say, well, if we'd had Iheanacho on the pitch,
we wouldn't have scored.
No.
We had Iheanacho on the pitch, we wouldn't have scored.
What was the final score for yourselves? I know you were 4-0 down, so sorry about that.
I can tell you it ended 5-0 for Burnley.
Did it? Craig's the Middlesbrough fan says Leicester will still win the league in my eyes. Hope you destroy Leeds next Friday. I hope we do. Look, Craig, thanks for coming in, mate. You're always welcome. Love to have opposition fans here. We try to show you respect, which hopefully we have as a channel. You've shown us respect by not coming in and gloating. But I've got to say, mate, you deserve to be in the playoffs. You had a bad start. You've kind of bobbled about mid-table. But with performances like that, when you've got your reserve goalkeeper in goal and you haven't got a fit striker and you're still doing performances like that, then you deserve to be in the playoffs, mate. So good luck for the rest of the season. Done the double over us. Well done. Well done. Pratt was an invisible man. I wouldn't have said that. But look, it's all about opinions. It's all about opinions. 70% and 24 shots and only scored 1 goal. That's the thing. 24 shots, 1 on target, Brad. You know my thoughts on that. Who do we play? Middlesbrough. 5 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. Fair play to them.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, that they were clinical. They have been one of the few teams that when we've afforded to gift, and we gifted them chances. Their high press reward is what caused the chaos to give them the chances. Granted, fair play to them, but they put the ball in the back of the net. I said this at half time. Sheffield Wednesday, other teams have come here and missed chances, them sort of chances, and we've kind of got away with it. I'll be honest with you, people. That was the worst performance I've seen from Leicester for 80 minutes. 80 minutes, that was the worst Leicester performance. I said. I actually had a note that I ripped out because I'd got 0 out of 10s, no man of the matches, nothing. And it basically said, Chris, it was almost like that song that they sing about Rihanna, where they say she looks like Rihanna. It says, we can't cross, we can't pass, we can't shoot, but who cares? We pass like Rihanna. Because we had 80% of possession and couldn't do shot all with it. So we had a bad day at the office. Southampton had a bad day at the office against Bristol City and bounced back with a win. We go again. Enzo will put it to the back of his mind. He'll make sure his players put it back to the back of his mind. At the end of the day, we scored late and gave Middlesbrough worry, but they wouldn't have deserved getting just a point from the game. Middlesbrough were the better side throughout. So congratulations, Middlesbrough deserved it.
Yes, they did. They did. I mean, I don't know if I can dare ask for man of the matches.
Mine's easy.
Luke, Enzo made 5 substitutions. I don't think he could have done any more, but I'm still questioning. We've got 2 strikers on the pitch. One of them is on the wing, as we said in Cannon. I mean, has he been to the Roy Hodgson school of sticking strikers on corners? What is the point of bringing a striker on and then sticking him on the wing?
I don't know, man. I think it would disrupt the shape too much to put him anywhere else. I don't know. Maybe you could make a shout for him to play as one of the right side or one of the high pressing 8s, but I don't know. The last time you seen Enzo did that with Daka a few times in the preseason, and if you remember as well, even Smith tried doing that as well with Daka there, but it looked like it maybe could have done a job the first 3-5 minutes he was on. He had a beautiful cross into, I think it was McAteer, ball in. So, and McAteer set that over the bar as well. So, I think it was I think it was the most frustrating game we've watched for sure, because I think we created so many chances, but we didn't put it away. It wasn't a game where we did nothing in terms of not being able to create opportunities, but still, as Brad said, very, very frustrating 80 minutes.
Brad, 695 Leicester's by passes, 695 passes by Leicester even, 290 for Middlesbrough. But I don't feel like they could pass win today. They were passing the ball, but they were just passing it. They weren't. You know, what colour were Leicester playing in? Because they weren't looking for a blue shirt.
Well, where were Leicester playing was some of the questions, but some of the passes were absolutely baffling. Under 5s would have passed it better. I mean, Justin at one point, I think it was later in the second half, he got the ball in acres of space. He passed it in front of himself. I thought if he does it again, he's gonna give the ball straight back to their midfielder who wasn't interested. He didn't. I thought, here we go, get at them. And then what? He played a pass to the ball boy. Did he see his dad in the stand or someone and he wanted to give him a touch of the ball? Because he didn't pass it anywhere near a Leicester player. It wasn't like he overhit a pass. He just passed it out for a goal kick. Like I said, this was the worst performance Leicester have put in this season for about 80-odd minutes, because we did go at them. We threw everything at them for 10 minutes. But
Rennie said this is the worst performance he's ever seen by Leicester. And I think, well, he can only been following them for about 1 season then. Yeah. It was probably the worst, like you said, I agree with you, the worst 80 minutes of the season so far. The last 10 minutes, look, we left it too late, didn't we? You know, and I've got here, and I said this to Luke, he did kind of disagree with me, which is fair enough. You can get away with one or 2 players not turning up. You can't get away with 5 or 6. KDH was shit.
Yeah,
Justin was shit. Yeah. Fatawu was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Faz was kind of shit. Vestergaard should really be hitting the target with his header. I know he's a defender. He didn't have the best of games. Ricardo did not have the best of games for me. And to be honest with you, until he scored the goal, Vardy wasn't doing anything. And I'm not going to say about Tom Cannon, because, like I say, if you're a striker, what the hell are you doing on the wing? It's not like he's a speedy striker. I can understand Daka, but Cannon, what is the point of having 2 strikers on and sticking one on the wing?
I just don't get it, mate. In fact, he created a chance in about the 80th minute, I think it was, by the time we got it. And for me, I just don't understand it. I was like, oh God, I think that was his first touch. I genuinely think from coming on at half time, that was his first touch. How can you take 30 minutes to be giving your first touch? I didn't understand it at all. For me, when I saw Mavididi come off, and then when Eunice came on, it still didn't change the shape. He still kept Eunice on. And I love Albrighton. I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but why are we persisting with wingers in that point of the game? We clearly were more threatening to Middlesbrough when we were tight and compacting in around their box.
Well, if you're going to get Albrighton on, and I actually put down here, Albrighton made the difference when he came on. He came on in something like the 88th minute, and he had a better 6 minutes than a lot of the players that I mentioned earlier. But if you're going to do that, Luke, you need Cannon in the box.
You do, mate. I'm not a manager. I don't understand why he did. I'm sure he has his reasons, but frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've lost one game. It's the 5th game we've lost all season. Let's not smash one out here with disappointment. I can see you getting ready for bed there. Luke, I'll ask you one when I let you go. You're going to have to give me a performance rating, and you're going to have to give me a man of the match, I'm afraid.
Okay, I'll go for 5.
5? 5?
This is going to be a tricky one for man of the match for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go Ricky P.
Really?
Yep, I think he did. He ran his socks off. He put it brilliant. We could have been 3-0 down that first half. When they hit us on the counter, they had 3 players on. He quickly turned back and thought, do I go to mark the man behind me because they're going to go for a tap in? And he turned back around and made the block. So I can't think of anything. I thought Winks made quite a few dodgy passes, although he didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have his usual 8 out of 10. So I'm going to have to go for Ricky P. It's a tricky one, man. I'm pulling it hairs here.
We are.
Yeah.
I accept it. It's not the easiest one to choose today, is it? But look, Luke, thanks so much for coming on, mate. I will let you go and get ready for bed. We did say I didn't put the link in earlier as to where you are, but do give everybody a shout out as to how they can find you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You can find me here, or you can find me at Leicester City Down Under. Subscribe to Chris, subscribe to Brad, and if you subscribe to me, thank you. I appreciate it. But you can always find me here for the watch-alongs.
We can. We don't invite him. He just turns up. But it's always nice. It's always nice to have you along, mate. Look, you go and get back in. You go and get ready for bed, mate. What time is it there? It must be early hours morning or something.
Yeah, it's 1:10, mate. I'm fucking shattered. I'm salty and fucking going to cry myself to sleep. It's all over.
Go and get you. I do apologise. Steph is your partner, isn't she?
Yes.
I got the name right. I don't want to cause a divorce before you're married. Go and give Steph a cuddle.
Be all right, mate. See you later, guys. Catch you later.
Have a good one. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, thanks there to Luke. Let's just have a look at some comments here. There we go. Mick says, we must have been passing to some blue shirts because we had 80% possession.
Yeah, Hamadson to Vestergaard to Faze to Justin to Faze to Vestergaard to Winks to Vestergaard to Justin to Dewsbury Hall dawdles around on the ball. He was awful today, 0 out of 10. I'll say it now. I'll say it with my chest. And anyone wants to argue with me, go for it. Awful player today. Really bad performance from today. He's not a bad player, don't get me wrong, but he was awful today in decision making. Lose the ball, Winks tackles, gets it back. Faze, Vestergaard.
And of course, it also includes
that's how we've got 8% possession, Chris, because of stuff like that.
And of course, there's a time when we're just walking around with the ball as well.
Yeah, and that last 10 minutes where panic station set in, Middlesbrough are kind of, and it happens to the best of the teams. I can't discredit the way they played the last 10 minutes. Any team coming up against top of the league, red hot form, You've just conceded a goal. You're going to go, backs to the wall, everybody there. So that was probably where the percentage went up, because I think we was only at about 70, 30, 65, 35 at that point, which is still a lot of possession, but it was with some purpose, but it had no real purpose in the end product. And that's why we had 80% possession.
It is indeed. I'm just looking at, because Katie sent me a message. Hopefully she can join us. Say she hasn't got a headphone, so she can't join us. But she did send me a tweet put out by LCFC data. Harry Winks completed the 74 stroke. Sorry, let me read this again. Sorry. Harry Winks completed 74 out of 83 passes, 89%. This is the first time in 29 league appearances that he has registered a pass accuracy under 90%. And I reply to that: short 3-yard passes, Winks to Vestergaard to Winks to Vestergaard. And again, I mean, you can have all the passes in the world, but when you're passing it around the back, it just doesn't mean anything, does it?
No, it doesn't. And you think, you think Leicester, us fans, would not be so fixated on a passing percentage when 30%, I think it was 34.7% or something, won us the Premier League title. Possession means nothing. I've stood by what I've said since day one. When you do your stats, the only stats that matter is the one right above us. We scored 1 goal, they scored 2. I don't care if they had 16 chances and we only had 2. I don't care if they only had 2 chances and we had 15. We put 1 in the net, they put 2 in. That's the only stat that matters. Yes. At the end of the day, possession football, right, is deceiving, because you sit here and you read the stats and you go, let's have 8% possession, they had 15 chances, they lost 2-1 to Middlesbrough. That's a bit of a shock. They must have been really unlucky. No, we played the majority of it trying to break through 10 behind the ball. We
won the Premier League with the least possession of any team that's ever won it.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Kate sat there eagerly in the car if you want to swap over.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Let me just very, very quickly just answer that question about Daka, then I'll bring Kate in, because I just need to do something.
I think he might have. He's that sort of striker. I actually think Daka would have scored the first chance that Vardy had as well, because I think he'd have been a bit more in front of him. I think Vardy was left wanting, if that sounds harsh, to wait for the ball to come from him so he could dink it over. I don't think he did anything wrong in terms of what Vardy does, but I actually do think Daka would have played it differently and maybe would have scored probably the same amount as Vardy did, at least one of them 2 chances.
Let's bring Kate in. Hello, Mother. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Well, she's still happy. She's still smiling, guys. Bad day at the office?
Yeah, bad day at the office. It was just one of those. Not a lot fell for us, did it? And we wasted so many chances. I think we did all right. I don't think we did super badly. But it was just one of them wasted chances, and individual errors over the pitch were costing us dearly, really.
Well, I've got down here. Look, I'm not taking anything away from Middlesbrough, and I don't want to say that they won just because we were bad. They played us. They played the game well. As Braz just said, they only had 5 shots, only got 2 on target, but both of those went in. They hit us on the break. As somebody put in the chat, they counter-attacked the best counter-attacking team in the division. But I've got down here shit players today: KDH, Justin, Fatawu, Faz, Vardy until he scored. Ricardo didn't have a brilliant game. Vestergaard didn't have a brilliant game. If you have 1 or 2 that don't turn up, then the rest of the team can carry them. When you have that many, it is that, and I say, I'm sorry, but they were shit. They could not pass wind. I mean,
yeah.
And they couldn't today. They were passing it to empty space, or they weren't even passing it to a player in white. They just weren't passing it to anyone. And this argument of nothing could fall for us. I mean, Brad said, and I'm going to have to agree, worst performance of the season.
Yeah, Yeah, I would probably go with that because like you said, there was so many individual errors. I thought collectively we probably created enough as many chances as I've seen us create. Because sometimes we do go through games winning 1 or 2-0, and we've only created 1 or 2 chances. But today we created probably double digits in chances today, which is good for us. It was a good attacking game in that sense, but there was just so many individual errors littered throughout the game. Yeah, passing into spaces like Yannick. We all know Yannick's pace is to be camouflaged and disguised and kept out of public view as much as possible. But today it was on full view, the pace. But Borough did the job. Borough did their homework, and they pressed till the very end of the game. JJ was passing into spaces. I think the only person for me who didn't and sort of was fine was probably Pratt. But yeah, just one of those days. It wouldn't surprise me if Enzo comes out and says KDH wasn't well. KDH just didn't look right. He didn't look right at all from sort of really early on. He looked really lethargic, and it wouldn't surprise me if Enzo comes out and said he's sick, because he was not right at all. And then the second half, Enzo clearly saw enough after however many minutes it was, 10 or 15, and giving the ball away, a massive counter attack opened up then under that.
But the better we play, the better we expect, don't we? And I looked at that, and we didn't. I mean, if we'd got a draw out of that, Middlesbrough could have felt well pissed off.
Yeah, absolutely, and we could have had the draw. Vardy's miss was, what a miss that was. Casey McAteer's miss towards the end. Yannick's header first half, 1-0 up. It's a different story. We do have high expectations, but it was one of our worst performances of the season for sure. I do think we played some decent attacking play, but it was just rusty all over the pitch today.
It was indeed. Vestergaard talking about being offered a new contract. Look, I like the reason I like Vestergaard because I think he's proved everybody wrong, but there's a few players have done that this season. And people are complaining about Daka in the chat. You weren't complaining when he was scoring, at least one goal every game. It's not like Vardy missed a couple of easy ones. It wasn't just Daka. Apart from the goal he scored, Vardy was as much use as a diaper in a spacesuit, really, wasn't he? I mean, he just was absolutely useless. But he scored the goal, as Vardy does. But he was caught out for pace, wasn't he? Vestergaard with that first goal.
Yeah, caught out for pace. I think the first goal as well, if I remember rightly, Woot came massively out of position on the touchline near the halfway line. The problem was we kept playing a real high line and leaving ourselves exposed. And we've seen ourselves get away with that in the league this year a bit because we've been able to have enough in midfield to be able to deal with it. But we didn't have enough in midfield today because Winks and KDH were both below par. And Woot pulling out of position a few times. He's obviously got the confidence in him to go forward a bit more, which is great on one hand, but you can't leave Vestergaard at the back with 2 on him because Middlesbrough sniffed that really early on. And to be fair, most of the time he did okay, but it was just frightening to watch at times. And it's the one problem we have, isn't it, with Yannick, in that he's been absolutely incredible, but that is just a worry for Premier League.
But look, fifth lot. I mean, yes, I'm annoyed at some of the players. Yes, they didn't turn up, but it's the first, we've lost 5 games all season.
Yeah.
But last time we lost to Middlesbrough, we went on to lose to Leeds.
Yeah.
If we're going to have a bad day, let's do it now and not against Leeds.
Yeah, I think it's a good chance of a kick up the backside again. It's a good time to regroup. One thing that did come out of it, for anybody saying that Enzo's kind of a bit regimented and a bit repetitive, is that he did try and mix it up today. I thought Cannon on the left wing didn't work. He didn't get used at all, but he did try and mix it up. But yeah, 5 defeats all season. I mean, we've bought ourselves enough points to have bad days, and we knew they would come. This is Leicester. We know there's a few bumps in the road to come.
Yeah. I'm going to take your man of the match and performance in a second, but last question before I let you go. Cannon on the left. What is the fucking use? What is the point of bringing a striker on and stick him on the left? Has he gone to the Roy Hodgson school of coaching where you got a striker, so you put him on corners? And if you're going to bring Albrighton on, have Cannon in the middle to get on the end of the crosses.
Yeah, absolutely. I got quite excited at 4-4-2. I was like, bloody hell, we're going to do 4-4-2, but we didn't. We kept the same formation, but almost inadequate personnel, which was just then a bit odd. You may as well kept Mavadidi on, because Mavadidi actually was having the much better game of the two wingers, I thought. Fatawu was just, again, not at the races today and wasn't really being... He was hanging out on the right again, as he always does, and not really being used in those first 20 minutes. But, yeah, it was just disappointing. There was a few really silly passes, and just some of those days just happen, don't they? And as long as we just need to regroup, because it's a massive game next week. Leeds will be all over that. They've had such a good run. They had the early kick-off today, so they could just sit back in their armchairs and smile at us today.
But Leeds might just be thinking, shit, Middlesbrough have just poked the bear.
Absolutely, that's the flip side to it, isn't it? But I think when they're at home, they know they beat us down the King Power. I think they'll be licking their lips a bit more, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, give me your performance out of 10.
5.
5. Oof, agreeing with Luke. And I don't know who you're going to come up. I'm completely interested to see who you're going to come up with for man of the match.
I'm going to go for Pratt, because I think of everybody. I don't think Pratt did badly. I thought he tried to make up for some of the errors that were being played, and he's a steady Eddie. And I thought again he was steady Eddie. That's my man of the match.
Can I just say, in the nicest possible way, I love you, Kate, because you've just made my choice not look stupid, because I've gone for Pratt. Thank you very much.
There was loads of Pratts on the pitch today, though. That was probably part of the problem.
Booing at half time, by the way, very quickly.
Say again, sorry.
As I said, Nat Elliott said there was booing at half time.
I don't remember. There was a lot of booing at the referee, because we had Chris Kavanagh, and as soon as I saw his name on the sheet and his face on the pitch, I was like, oh dear Lord, he's not good enough in the Premier League. So I did not have high hopes. But I think there was a bit of booing around the keeper taking so much time, and he must have done it 5 or 6 times before we finally booked him. That generates a lot of hostility generally. But we're 2-0 down at half time. I would never boo, but that's what some fans do.
Yeah. I will see you Monday night for the. I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss on the debate show. Oh no, is it this Monday you can't do?
Is it this Monday I can't do? No, it's not. It's next Monday.
Next Monday, right? When she's dropping us for the BBC. You know, don't forget us, Kate. Don't forget us.
Brad, are you in a snood? A little, not a snood, Udi.
I certainly am with my little.
Oh, I am so jealous right now. It's chucking it down with rain here. I am so jealous.
To be honest with you, I expect him to put the hood. I expect him to put the hood up and turn into Harry Potter.
Yeah, or the Scottish Widow. Ready to eagle. Right, have a good evening, guys.
All the best. Thanks very much. Safe journey home. See you Monday. Luke, you are a gentleman, sir. I can have a takeaway now. Thank you so very much. Send this to Brad, please. Okay, so sorry. Okay, I'll send it on to Brad. I'm going to.
I tell you what, mate. You keep it. Have yourself a takeaway tonight. I'll find some bleach and drink that for me depression. It's fine.
Look, Luke went 5 Ricky P. Kate went 5 Pratt. I'm going to go 4 and Pratt. Brad, what are you going to go for? Performance first of all.
Well, considering that 78 minutes I had as a 0, I'm going to be the Scrooge McDuck of it. 3.
3? No. I mean, I've gone 4. Like I say, 3, 4. You know.
I'm sorry. 10 minutes of desperado football doesn't impress me to build it up to a halfway mark. It was a 3 out of 10.
Oh no, it was too little, too late.
Yeah.
As somebody once said. And your man of the match.
What's the one? I want to kind of give it to that Sylvester or whatever his name was for Borough, because he was the man of the match. He tore through our midfield every time.
Yeah.
I don't know. No one had a good game. No one had anything of note. Vardy, because he scored. I honestly, I I can't.
You said once you would never give it to anybody just because.
I know, but that performance was that
I
bad. That
am not accepting Vardy off you.
Fine. The crowd.
Okay.
The crowd is turning up.
No, I'm going to put down that you, and you're quite right. And I have done this in the past that you didn't think anybody deserved it, and that is more than fine.
Yeah,
because
nobody.
you know that is, well, that's within your rights to do that, sir.
Yeah, I just don't think 10 minutes of panic football from both sides, because they panicked, they might throw it away, and we panicked because we were running out of time. 10 minutes of football doesn't warrant a man of match performance. I could name 3 Middlesbrough players: Clark, that's Sylvester, their goal scorer. You know, so if I'm thinking of 3 or 4 Middlesbrough players for man of match, no Leicester player deserves it. So nobody, and a 3 out of 10 for me, mate.
Yeah. Looking at the table, we're still 9 points ahead of Leeds. We're still 11 points ahead of Southampton. Like I said, I would sooner have lost this than lost against Leeds. Let's get it out of the system.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that, Chris, because we said that last time round when we lost to Middlesbrough. Sooner lose to Middlesbrough and lose to Leeds, and then we went and played Leeds and lost 1-0. Look, my biggest looming question for you, if you want to get a bit, but let's get the panic button out. Let's press the panic button. I'll do it for you, Chris. Leeds have watched that performance, right? The Leeds United have sat and watched that performance. They've seen how if you press high and counter-attack Leicester, they've got a weak link in Vestergaard because of his pace. You know, if you allow him time on the ball, he's one of the best centre-backs in the division. But if you get at him, it's just not going to work for you, right? Here's my thing. If Nelson's fit, do you put him in? Or Cody? Do you put one of them two in and drop Vestergaard so we've got a little bit more pace, a little bit more brain? Do we need to make that change at the back? I'm not saying we do, but I'm throwing out the possibility that the way Middlesbrough carved through it.
No, in fairness, it's a very good question. I think today it's been the first time when we've seen Vestergaard get caught out.
Yeah.
And as much as I like, he's played well. I've said, right at the start that, and I've said it again today, and I think you agreed, we've not let so many goals in, not so necessarily down to our defending, but down to the striking of the opposition. Because we've always played that high ball, but we've always got away with it.
Yes.
I mean, and you look, how many touches did Mads have? Probably 3, and 2 of them was to pick the ball out the net. So we didn't have much to do. But if we are going to be that high, and I know everybody was sort of, I think it was Neil who said, "Oh, Chris will be Vesta hard now that Vestergaard's going to be offered a new contract." I mean, I don't want. If Vestergaard signs a new contract, and I'd be happy for him to sign a new contract because he's been in the Premier League, but I don't want him to be our starter.
No, because
he hasn't got that speed.
Yeah.
My worry is, will Nelson be ready then? I'm not sure he will. But look, if we get promoted, I think we're going to see, a lot of changes and a lot of ins and outs. And I think that centre-back role, for me, I don't know how fast Cody is. We haven't really seen him, have we, much this season?
No, which has been a bit of a surprise.
He's got that old. I mean, Wes Morgan was never the fastest defender, was he? But he had the brain, and that's why I think give Cody a chance now.
Look, he's got the experience. He's got the brain, the football and defending brain. He's very well known for how good he is as a centre back. He was a real coup in the transfer market for us. We talked about it. Obviously, this is before a ball was kicked, but and obviously I know he got injured, but we was expecting Cody, Winks, brilliant signings to really shine in this division. So, the concern does come in if he's not getting in front of Vestergaard or Faze in this team. How is he going to do it in the Premier League? I mean, like you say, that might be because squeezing the most money out of players that are out of contract. play Vestergaard because we know we've got Cody for a couple of years. We can play him in the Premiership, but it has been a strange one. And look, credit to Vestergaard, he's deserved his place in the team. I'm not saying he hasn't, but it does become a bit of concern if you're not trying to get ahead of yourself and go, thinking about next season too far. But you've got to give these players playing time, Chris. Otherwise, someone like Cody might be going, it's not working out for me here. I haven't got into a team in a championship. I don't fancy my chances in the Premier League the way things are going. So I'm going to go elsewhere. Then all of a sudden, we're kind of back at square one where Vestergaard's too slow for the Premier League. Ben Nilsson's not played enough to play in the Premier League. The last time we did that, it was in a very dangerous position called goalkeeper, wasn't it, Chris? Where we just failed to allow our second choice and third choice goalkeepers a chance to get some minutes and experience under their belt. We all know how that went. So we'll see. That's what, 13, 14 weeks away, games away or whatever.
Point from Extreme here. Suter. We forget about Suter. I like Suter. He's only played a couple of times. I don't know what he's done wrong, and I think it's just a case of he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just not, he's just the other people that have come in and played well.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it, because the question raised about Suter is the exact same question we're raising about Cody. Why are they not getting into the team? And I think it's just because the players that they would, the players they would come on to replace in that side are doing and have been for the majority of the season done a really good job. They, we're still top of the league by 9 points. Yes, we've got second place, but a win or a draw keeps that as it is, so it's no worse or better. So we've got to focus on that. So for the majority of the season so far, there hasn't really been room for them to get in the squad. Minus a cup game here and a cup game there. It'll be interesting after Leeds to see our situation for what he does for Bournemouth, because if Leicester now go and beat Leeds on a Friday night, or even draw against them and keep that gap as it is, it'll be interesting to see what his focus is on the FA Cup, because we obviously play Bournemouth. I know we're not doing a watch on, you're going, lucky you got tickets, but it'll be interesting to see then how Enzo approaches the FA Cup. Does he see it as a competition that we can actually kind of focus on as well? We'll see. Maybe that's when we'll see the likes of Cody and Suter get a chance, but
for me, I know the Bournemouth game's a couple of games away yet, but look, we played Liverpool, top of the Premier League they are, so possible Premier League champions. They beat us 3-0. That wasn't, 3-1. That wasn't a 3-1 game. The second goal was a worldie, and the third one hit the post and could have gone either way, and it happened to go in, but they beat us. But that's probably a game that if it was a Premier League game, we would struggle anyway. Bournemouth, they're not going to go down this season. I think there's a lot worse teams. Unfortunately, Alan, if you're still in, I think Burnley are one of those. Sheffield United, definitely. Those two, and then I can see Luton getting dragged in. I'd love them to stay up, though. But Bournemouth are a team that if we were in the Premier League now, if this was the last game and we just got promoted, Bournemouth is one of those games that you look at and you think, yeah, we can get something here. And that's what I'm looking at, to see if we lose, we lose. It's the FA Cup, it's not our priority, but I want to see how we perform against a team that probably we should be getting something from if we're back in the Premier League.
Yeah, because you like to use a game like that as a manager and his backroom staff to kind of, like you said, Chris, analyse it, isn't it? Yes, the FA Cup for the last long time now has been more of a case of kind of tactically balancing your squad, given, even though we're in this latter stages of the competition, Chris, and it's a fairly nice draw. Yes, it's away from home, but if you consider the team still left in the competition,
I love the draw. I think it's a fantastic draw.
Well, of course you would, mate. You're only down the road from me. You stick your hand out and you're at the stadium by all accounts the way you make it.
Virtually, not so far off. And I've got my parking sorted as well.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, great. Brilliant.
My ex-boss literally lives a 5-minute walk from the stadium. So
lovely.
I always used to park on, when we were both in the Premier League, I could get tickets. Always used to park on parking her front entrance, as I used to say.
Well, that's why you've got an ex-wife if you're parking in her front entrance. So
No,
just
I
with the
know.
boss.
I'll
But
let
yeah,
you
I
have
was-
a go at this one, though, Brad. We have
Oh.
too many Enzo robots in the team. We need more intelligent players who can think quick with ideas of their own at vital moments. Right, Brad, you're on that one.
So you're complaining that we've got too many players that are listening to their boss and playing the way their boss says. Look, I can get on board with a little bit of what you're saying, Mick, because I would say that the lack of footballing intelligence, the slow thinking comes from one player in particular, and I really like him. And I feel like I bash this player a lot for criticism and give him a lot of it. But KDH fits that bill of what you're saying. He's not always the most intelligent on the ball. He stutters around, Chris. I mean, I would love to analyse the problem with KDH at the moment, because some of the passes he makes or doesn't make, in my opinion, baffles me. But if you're saying we've got too many Enzo robots playing away, you're basically saying we have too many employees that listen to their boss and play like that. Well, wouldn't you be more concerned if these players weren't listening to the boss, were down in tools, were doing what they wanted to do because they don't believe what the manager's saying, and they think that his way's rubbish and this way's much better, and they don't care that he's yelling at them, they're not listening to him, because that's what brought us to this division. That's what brought us to this division. Players just got to a point where they went, I've had enough of your rubbish football. I'm going to play my way. Ask Madders and Tillemans if they cared what he said, because Brandon said, because they didn't. They might have cared and wanted Leicester to stay in the Premier League. I'm not doubting that. But they didn't care what he was saying, or Brendan 2.0 Sadler when he managed us for 2 pathetic games. So look at it that way. Look, robots listening to Enzo has us 9 points clear with 33 games on the board and still playing some very decent football, barring 4 games this season. 5 games, sorry. 5 defeats we've had this season, isn't it? Middlesbrough twice, Leeds, Hull.
Yeah. Five losses, yeah.
Yeah, who's the 5th? I'm missing one because I got Middlesbrough twice,
Hull.
Leeds, Hull. That's 4.
Hull, Middlesbrough twice.
Middlesbrough,
Leeds.
Who else have we lost to? Some mystery teams beat us as well, but you can't really look. One bad day at the office. Yes, I'm annoyed. Yes, I'm frustrated. Yes, KDH had a bad game. Yes, passes were going to the ball boys instead of actual players. Coventry, Luke's got it. Yeah,
we tried to black that from our minds.
I
Luke.
did. I tried to raise that. I tried to raise it.
Thank you, Luke. Luke has just interrupted his smashing one out to answer that. So appreciate that, Luke.
Yeah. But my point is, you can't let one bad performance, one bad day at the office, and it was bad. And again, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, I'm piddled off at certain players that Chris has already mentioned. But I'm not going to sit here and say Enzo robot, Enzo this. No, calm down. Because for what, 28? Right, let me do maths. It's 28 out of the 33 games we've played. We've not lost playing the Enzo robot football way.
No.
So I just think, whilst I see a little bit in what he's saying with, I mean, I've highlighted KDH, I just think you can't just over.
No. I mean, that was our worst. I say, Rennie said it's the worst performance he's ever seen. I wouldn't go that far by a long chalk, but it was the worst performance of this season.
Oh yeah, and we still scored, Chris. We still got a goal in it.
Still got a goal, and Middlesbrough deserved it. Middlesbrough got the tactics right. Carrick, they hit us on the break. They did everything right. And looking at that worst performance, we had 24 shots, 1 on target. Now, normally, you'd have seen me going mad now. You'd have seen, and maybe if we're mid-table, I would be. But, if we've lost 5 games this season, let's wind our neck in. At the end of the day, yes, I really, 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 really want to win the championship, just so we can say we've won one more than Man City. I really, 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 really want to get the record for the most points. But what I want more than anything else is to finish second, be guaranteed second, and we get promoted back to the Premier League.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that is the bloody hell. When my housemates just come back for a bloody storm.
Hello, housemates.
They're cold, freezing, and shaking. They're not speaking. Bless them. They're absolutely frozen. Yeah, and sorry, what you know, we only lost
second. That anything else is a bloody bonus.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you can pinch your pennies and say, well, first gets you this and second only gets you this much. We're in a luxury position compared to the rest of the championship, and we have to admit this, where our owners' finances is a lot better than some of the owners' financial capabilities. So first or second isn't really. Yes, you'd like to win it. Yes, you'd like to win the league. Yes, you'd like to break the points record. But they both do the same thing. They both get you back to the Premier League. And if you want to sum up how Enzo has handled this defeat today, Chris, I'm not going to bring it up on screen because I don't know about you, but I'm subscribed to the Leicester City website. And in case you can't read it, it's captioned Enzo Maresca's interview after the game reaction that they put on there, one of those days. So even the manager's just gone, look, it's one of them days we threw everything at them and it just couldn't fit together. I've obviously not watched it because I'm on the stream with you, but even the manager is kind of just relaxing the pressure. Yes, they're disappointed, lost. Yes, they're frustrated. They've got a few days, they've got tomorrow off. They'll be in training Monday and they'll work on the mistakes and put it right. So we've just got to put this to bed now and hopefully we don't repeat what happened what happened last time we lost to Middlesbrough and followed up with Leeds to loss. So
and like you say, we can't, there's so many players that had a bad day at the office.
Yeah, and it's very rare we say that.
Yeah, so we can't go mad and he had a bloody awful game because there was, like I say, 5 or 6 had bloody awful games. Thankfully, in fairness, I mean, of those that I said, I've lost my list now. I've got to know what I said. Here we go. KDH, we was taken off, wasn't he? Hatawu was taken off. Babadidi was taken off. So, I mean, it wasn't just us that were saying that, Enzo was saying it as well. I did say at 2-0 down at half-time, it'll be interesting to see what Enzo does here because we've never been in this position before. That I can think of this season being 2-0 down at half-time. Look, but he made that change. So, he didn't just sort of sit and wait and see what would happen. So, I like I say, at the end of the day, it's one game. It's a 38. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Winning a league.
No.
So.
And here's one thing I'd like to point out. Sorry there, Chris.
No, carry on.
Right. Here's what will be interesting, right? Premier League, you say, is 38 games a season, right?
Yeah.
We are still 5 games away from that. And let's just say, right, let's just say that people say that the Championship is half as good as the Premier League, right? Mm-hmm. I would like to see what Leicester's points tally is at 38 games in the Championship and then half it and see where that puts us in the Premier League. Yeah. Because if it's about 80, let's say it's about 84, 86 points, you say, okay, that's 43. That has us miles clear of safety. The way, all right, in the current state of things with Sheffield and Burnley propping up the division on 13 points, it might not be as comfortable. But then you look at where teams are now. That if we can get 80 plus points and you say you do half of that next season in the Premier League, I'm already thinking that's great. We can do that. Yes, 5 games, it's 15 points. It could be more than that, but I'll take it, Chris. I'll take it right now. 40 plus points next season would be very handy.
Well, we'll take that. Next season, like I say, we've got to accept, and all I'm saying is let's look at Burnley. You know what I mean? It's we're not going to go up. We're not going to suddenly be 5th again and challenging for Europe. That's gone. Yeah. We've got to build back up to that. But before we go, and if you can stay on at the end, and I'll have a quick word with you, brilliant, about something I've got planned that we could possibly do. But we're going to go through. Yes, Mr. Potter. We're going to look at Alan, who is at the match, and his look at his team performance and man of the match. And yeah, as Extreme says, they're looking forward to our test against Bournemouth. I am as well, because I'll be there. front of the.
He promised me, folks, he's going to do a match day vlog. So what we're going to get, guys, is we're going to get this. Way! Puts his mug on the front face for camera because he forgets to turn it around as he walks.
I will do a match day vlog. I'm not sure how good it will be, but with a vlog, it doesn't have to be live. So I don't.
No, it doesn't. But what we want, Chris, from you is we want to see your predictions, your team lineup predictions. We want to see your breakfast. We want to see your traditions. We want to see you asking crowd members for the score predictions. And then when we get a penalty, Chris, we want your front facing camera because you forget to twist it around to watch Daka's penalty. And I want to see. Not asking too much of you.
Last time I was there, like I say, I mean, I made it onto the BBC cameras. I'm virtually sat in the same seat, actually, but I was sat between two fucking bouncers. And that when Vardy scored that penalty, I couldn't celebrate. But look,
got you on watch, mate. That's why.
Performance today,
generous one.
I think it was a little bit generous. But look, like I say, Alan's there. He sees a lot that we don't. So fair enough. Now he has chosen a man of the match, and in fairness to him, what he has said is. One of those days. So he said exactly the same. One of those days, bring on Leeds. Who do you think he's gone for man of the match?
I'm going to have to start scrolling down so I can't see it because I think, Chris.
Oh, of course he can. I forget that.
See what I need to do, Chris, is I need to bring the menu down so I can see the bar and I can't see it. Shh, it's not live. We'll edit it out. Chris, I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark. I think he's gone for Dennis the Menace Pratt for his man of the match.
I'm
psychic, guys. I'm psychic. I didn't.
You should go full screen, then you can't see what's underneath.
I know. I'll do that next game. Remind me on the Leeds one to go.
No, it's interesting. Yeah, as Mick said there, two people that were at the match, which was Kate and Alan, have both gone for Pratt.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad. Why is my light come off? There you go. It's because Charles just came to. It's not a bad performance. I mean, they see what he does off the ball, and he did stop a few breakaways, and he did make amends for a few dodgy passes by somebody. I suppose in a midfield that was very under par today. He even Winks himself by about 1%, bless him, but he was below his own standards. We needed somebody to desperately do something in that middle of the park. And I suppose Pratt was the shining light in that sense.
I won't disagree with you because I've gone for Pratt as well.
Well, no, I mean, look, you guys have seen it better. For me, it's hard to judge when you're watching it on the Fox's hub because you don't see what he's doing off the ball. So
I'm watching it the same, but
I just
with you, mine was probably like, oh god, he can't be. It's a case of who was left.
Well, if you'd have asked me for worst player, but if you'd have said who gets the wooden spoon performance, it would have been a tie between Justin and Dewsbury Hall for me.
Yes.
We could do that. We could do a wooden spoon award for who we thought was the worst one, but we don't get that many performances to say one, really.
No. I think we'd be. I did last season. I nearly did the. I can't remember what I was going to call it now, but I nearly was going to do that. But then I'm thinking,
that's what I gave them.
Sorry.
The crap cup. That's what I'd have done.
But right, I'm going to go. I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to get over to Leicester City Down Under and subscribe to Luke, and you can subscribe to Brad as well in his Oodie. Wasn't that? Weren't they villains on Doctor Who? The Oodies.
They might have been. I don't watch enough Doctor Who to know that he had some strange films.
They had Oodies on there that were baddies. But where can people find you, young man?
Usually, you find me here. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Full Time Focus, and you can find me on LTI TV 2. Stuff going on in the works. Yes, I know I've been saying that for weeks, but it is. I promise you, going on in the works. Quiz idea. It's in me book. What's in your book, Brad? Well, you'll have to wait and find out. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to that for football quizzes. I do need a word with you after us, Chris, because I do want to go through some things with you, because it is also the home of Leicester women's football, or it will be when I can get my proverbial act together, or they can stop playing at the same rough sort of times. It's a bit difficult to do. That might change more next season when I'm thereabouts, and might even start going to these sort of games to do that. But it is there. So if you like your women's content and football, women's content, that sounds out of context, doesn't it? Women's content and quizzes, then get over there and show your support there. But do it here first. This is more important.
LTID TV2. That's where you need to get over to and subscribe. Brad, thank you so very much, mate. Look, bad day at the office, but Leeds on Friday. Get back on the horse, isn't it? That's all we can do. But look, mate, I'm going to say, as always, thank you so very much. Thank you to everybody that was watching and listening. Really do appreciate it. Thanks to Luke earlier for coming on. Thanks for Kate for popping in as well. And of course, I'm going to leave you and say tonight, guys, it's goodbye from me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.